A key AFC Eastern Division game for the Miami Dolphins and Buffalo against the Bills today. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Craig James. Great to have you with us. A win for Miami today. They are tied with the Jets atop the AFC East.
And when you look at the takeaway giveaway ratio of these two ball clubs, you can't believe the Dolphins are anywhere close to first place. They're worst in the league at -14. And a big reason for that is Jay Fiedler. He's made a lot of mistakes. They've got 18 that he's been responsible for in the turnover department. He needs to play a lot better game today if the Dolphins are going to win.
Rob Johnson is out, injured for the Buffalo Bills. Alex Van Pelt is in.
They like Van Pelt. They like the guy around here. He understands the offense. He gives them a chance to throw the football, but they're going to have to run it, too, to be successful.
CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
For the first time this season, the Miami Dolphins aren't in first place. Yet a win today puts them back on top with the New York Jets in the AFC Eastern Division. Miami's defense remains rugged. It's the quarterback position that is under scrutiny. The Buffalo Bills have a new face and a new leader at quarterback Alex Van Pelt, with weapons Eric Moulds and Peerless Price. For Buffalo, the Dolphins are their biggest rival, and a win today could be the highlight of their season. The Bills have beaten Miami 5 of the last 7 games here in Buffalo. We're back at Ralph Wilson Stadium. Kevin Harlan and Craig James. A half game separates first place New York and second place Miami.
And Miami really needs this win for a lot of reasons, but one, mainly when you look at it, they need a division win. It's going to be important today for Buffalo to get Eric Moulds open. Can Moulds make plays? We'll find out.
Weather will be a factor today here in Buffalo. For more on that, downstairs we go to Beasley Reese.
All right, thanks a lot, Kevin. You know, the Bills dealt a blow already. They looked at the schedule and figured that those Dolphins coming in here would be freezing. It would ice the fish. Well, it is very pleasant, although the wind could be a factor. Now, when you take a look at these two arch rivals, it really got bad in the 70s when Miami won an NFL record 20 straight over the Bills. I talked to the fans. They say throw the records out of the way. If they beat the fish, it will save a dismal season. Back to you.
Well, Bees, you saw that guy without his shirt on in our open, dancing up in the stands, had plenty of turkey. He's ready. All he wants is a W painted on that big gut.
The rookie Chris Chambers is deep back with running back J.J. Johnson. The two Dolphins there inside the 10. The ball is already blown off the tee for the kicker for the Buffalo Bills, Brian Moorman. The Bills 1-8, 0-5 at home, and again it blows off the tee, and so Ken Irvin, number 27, will probably come over and hold it. And that shows you exactly what Beasley was talking about. It is going to be a factor this afternoon.
You know what that means?
What?
That the wind is blowing.
Yes, it is. But
just seeing if you're on your toes early on here.
Yeah, but I mean, it's almost a cross breeze, too, in the stadium, it seems, changes with the quarter. One quarter it blows this way, one quarter it blows that way. So Moorman is ready. He is 1 year out of Pittsburgh State, a small school in Kansas, and we are underway. Chambers chasing it to the 15 through his hands and out of bounds right there. The fact that he touched it means it's out of bounds. Had he not touched it, it would be at the 40-yard line. The quarterback is Jay Fiedler. He has thrown 15 interceptions. He has fumbled 3 times, 18 turnovers alone by the quarterback.
I spoke with Chan Gailey before the game, right on the field. I said, you're going to be conservative. He says, you can't. You have to go out, use your entire playbook, and go after him. Whatever the defense is given, you've got to go out and let Fiedler make plays, and I expect them to call a very good game with their play calls.
So just outside the 16-yard line, Jay Fiedler will begin it. He has one running back, and that's Lamar Smith. Rob Conrad is split, now comes in motion towards you. And Fiedler on first down and 10. It's Smith. And the block by Hunter Goodwin, the tight end. The tackle made by Foreman. A flag is thrown, as you can see at the top of your screen, at the 15-yard line. And our referee today is in his first year, Terry McCauley. He has been on NFL crews over the last couple. Penalty flag is thrown against the Miami Dolphins.
Every time we have a game, it seems like the referees, they get a workout, don't they?
Yeah.
Are we jinxing these guys?
I don't know. I know we got the head of officials here in the building
formation.
today.
Offense. The tight end was covered. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Now let's go to the Miami offense. One of the developing stories today. You'll notice the center is Heath Irwin and not Tim Ruddy. Ruddy has a right knee sprain, will not play today. Irwin makes his first NFL start as a center. Smith and Conrad in the backfield. McKnight and Gadsden as the wide receivers. The tight end is Hunter Goodwin. Now it is 1st and 15 with the ball pushed back just outside the Miami 11. Smith remains in the backfield, gets the fake. Fiedler with time, dumps it across the middle, hits the aforementioned Smith, who is put down immediately by Keith Newman, a loss of 2 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and long. Hansen is back with Price, Pat Williams, and Aaron Schobel on the defensive line of Buffalo. Linebackers, the rookie Spoon, flanked by Jay Foreman on one side and Keith Newman on the other. The hard-hitting safeties, Carpenter and Hill. Antoine Winfield and Nate Clemens are the cornerbacks. The Buffalo defense comes in number 12 in the NFL today. 2nd down and 17 with the ball resting at the 10. McKnight is on the move. Fiedler with the handoff to Travis Minor, who is in the game for the first time, plowing his way by the 15 up to the original line of scrimmage, the 16, and picks up 6 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and about 11 to go. And 2nd-year head coach of the Dolphins, 8th year as a head coach in the league, Dave Wanstead, who came as the head man from the Chicago Bears. Greg Williams, in his first year as the coach of the Buffalo Bills, for the last 4 years, he has been the Tennessee Titans defensive coordinator.
He's hoping for that rivalry theme to come through for his team today and give them a lift, some energy.
3rd down, 11 at the 16. Minor in the backfield in the shotgun feeder. There goes a flag. Minor gets the call, grabbed and devoured by Hansen. No gain on the play, but our 2nd flag has been thrown.
A lot of formation changing going on right now. The Buffalo Bills not concerned at all, really, about a deep throw. I mean, they're really up there right now.
Defense, number 90, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
Greg Williams is a guy that has told us since we had them early in the season, we can't make mistakes when we stop a team. We got to go out there and play smart football, get the ball back for our offense, and not stop hurting ourselves. And that's just something they've done all season long.
Travis Minor remains in the backfield. 4 receivers deployed. 3rd and 6 at the 21. Now 5 receivers with Minor taking the slot. And Fiedler going deep down the side, looking for Gadsden, broken up by Ken Irvin at the 43-yard line, incomplete. It's 4th down, and Miami must punt.
Gadsden's one of these guys, a big body receiver, and Fiedler gets plenty of time in there. They rush 4, they bunch him up, they give him time to throw the ball. But I got to tell you, I was standing on the sidelines about at this point here during the pregame. The ball really does flutter. The wind at that specific spot on the field does push the ball and hold it up, which I think is what it did there.
Matt Turk will punt to Nate Clemens, the bottom of your screen, who's going to wave this off. And Peerless Price back there, and a good bounce for the Dolphins inside the 30-yard line into about the 27. And that is a 52-yard punt with no return. Alex Van Pelt today makes his 5th career start, coming off a career-high game last week in the loss to Seattle, and there are the numbers.
Yeah, and you know, when you talk to him, this is something he doesn't even want to have sacks that he gives up. This offense is designed to get back, get rid of the football, and to find Eric Moulds. They are trying to move the formations to get number 80 open. Eric Moulds, that's who they want to get the ball to.
So Van Pelt begins it from his own 27 after the Miami punt, 1st down and 10. Henry and Sellers are in the backfield, and the handoff goes to the rookie, Travis Henry, who has a problem fumbling, and he charges up the middle for 3, bringing up 2nd down and 7. He's spotted near the 30-yard line, the interior of that line. Moreland Greenwood making the stop. John Fina, Reuben Brown, Conatee, Hulsey, and Jerry Ostrowski, the offensive line of the Buffalo Bills. Henry and centers in the backfield. Price and Moulds are the wide receivers, and Jay Remersma is the tight end for Buffalo, coming in at 1-8 this season. They've lost 4 consecutive games, 7 in a row at home. Second down, 7 from the 30, and outside they go to centers, and broken up nicely by linebacker Derek Rogers. That'll bring up third down and 7. The Miami defense, number 3 in the NFL, with the front line of Mixon, Bowens, Ernest Grant, Jason Taylor. Darrell Gardner out, back surgery yesterday. They don't know if he'll come back the rest of the year. Rogers, Thomas, and the rookie Greenwood are the linebackers. And in the secondary, the safeties, Brock Marion and Arturo Freeman. Patrick Surtain and the rookie Jamar Fletcher are the cornerbacks. Sam Madison will return, they say, next week. Third down, 7 from the 30. Centers by himself in the backfield. Van Pelt fires a pass downfield, incomplete for the angular tight end Remersma. And like Miami before them, the Buffalo Bills got to punt the ball away on their first possession.
Tried to bunch him up over there, see if they could get a mismatch with a wide receiver, getting somebody on him like a strong safety linebacker, and just didn't work out for them. But one thing that I noticed right here, normally Alex Van Pelt is excellent on his drop and throw right away. He's made a decisive decision on letting the ball go, and hasn't seen that in his first series.
Brian Norman to punt. Jeff Ogden, who has had fumble problems this year, gets it at the 22. A block from Ward, and he takes it up to about the 35-yard line. A 48-yard punt, a 13-yard return. And we are scoreless in Buffalo. A windy day in Buffalo. Kevin Harlan, Craig James, Beasley Reese. Miami punted the first time they had it. Buffalo just punted. And so here's the second possession for the Miami Dolphins at their 35, 1st and 10. Smith in the backfield. He gets the call with the Rob Conrad block, and there's not much there. Grabbed and taken down by Jay Foreman and Pat Williams. No gain on the play. Second down and 10.
They're going to have to count for number 93, Pat Williams. He's a big force in the middle. This guy's making plays for them. He's elevated the play of the defensive line in general. They've got to use their eyes on the defensive line today to see what's going on here. I mean, you're going to have these guys pulling, coming across. They've got to use the eyes, fill the gap, know where the ball's going.
And it was Ted Washington who used to have that middle slot on that defensive line.
They gave the plate of food to Pat Williams and said, "Get after it, big man. Eat."
Second down, 10 from the 35. Smith again in the backfield, and again gets the call, and busts free past the 40, and up to the 43, picking up 9, setting up third down and 1. And at the bottom of the pile, making the stop, was Foreman again, the linebacker.
You know, if they're going to do this, if they're going to run, this big man in here, he's going to get doubled. He's going to get pushed. See the double push there, how long it was before they came off? That allowed the center to get around and position himself to the right side. That combo block, they've got to stay longer with it against the big Pat Williams than most defensive linemen.
Third down 1. Deion Dyer is the fullback from the 44-yard line. It's Smith around the Dyer block, and I don't know. Jay Foreman, along with Pat Williams, who have combined to author a pretty good-looking defensive series for the Bills, were again in there on the stop. It'll be close.
This is like 10-on-10 football. It's just like rugby match. Just get up there, bunched up, a lot of people around the ball. Somebody's down there.
It is Brandon Spoon, the linebacker, and a rookie from North Carolina.
And this team, boy, they lose Sam Coward early in the season, a linebacker who was headed to the Pro Bowl. He's a Pro Bowl level linebacker. They just keep getting one nick after the next on this team.
It'll be fourth down and about the length of a football. And Wanstead wants to punt. And indeed, the group now comes out.
On the road, you can't take a chance. There's no way you take a chance at somebody. You're going to give them a little bit of hope or field position.
So we have an injury timeout. Miami is set to punt, and we'll pause here from New York.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light. Burger King, home of the Whopper. And by the all-new 200-horsepower Acura RSX Type S.
They'll be on tables across America next Thanksgiving.
Hey,
but this year, the red shirts.
That's me and a bunch of my buddies hanging out.
Yeah, that's right.
I've been accused of hanging out with guys like you, and we're a bunch of turkeys.
That's right. Matt Turk with a fake snap, and up the middle it goes. And Miami trying to get a first down, nudging it past the 45-yard line. May have gotten the first down. Yep, they did, as it signaled for. And the fake went to Travis Minor. So Minor, who is the protector, the guy right there in the middle just off the line, he got the snap.
Yeah, you know what, and what happens here is that you get an offensive line that knows what they're supposed to do, and they're only inches away from the first down. And so rather than lining up with your regular offense, you put your special teams group out there against some guys on the defensive line and linebackers who aren't used to being out there.
Smith in the backfield, Fiedler under center outside the 45 where it's first down and 10. He gets the snap from Heath Irwin and goes down the middle, and he's got his receiver, and it's caught by Gadsden, being chased by Clemens, who punches the ball away. It's loose in the end zone, vacuumed in by Travaris Tillman, and then he'll weave his way out to the 14-yard line. How do you like that? A very similar play happened with these two teams a couple years ago in the playoffs.
You know, they get the play they want. Man on man, Gaston gets beats him deep. Clemens is there, but this is effort. This is the effort the Bills need, and it's exactly what's been happening wrong against the Miami Dolphins.
The Miami Dolphins are dead last in the turnover category this year, and you can see they've lost a ton of fumbles. What is most amazing about that, though, Craig, is you're 6-3 and they're certainly in the hunt. So after the fumble in the end zone, 1st and 10 for the Buffalo Bills at their own 15-yard line, and the handoff goes to Sammy Morris, who's wrestled down by Kenny Mixon. No gain on the play, setting up 2nd down and 10 from the 15.
You know, Buffalo, they're a group where they like to get big on big. But I want you to watch how the defensive linemen hold up the linemen of the Bills, and they come off. There's the cutback. They come off and make the play. That's good job of using your hands. Use your hands and get rid of the blocker.
2nd down and 10 from the 15. Travis Henry in the backfield with the pitch and a block from Ostrowski. He cuts up and is brought down by Derek Rogers after a meager gain of 2. Brock Marion was in the fray as well. It'll bring up 3rd and long.
Reuben Brown and the Bills offensive line, they want the coaches to be patient. Stay with the running game. They're going to have some plays where it's 1 gain, 2-yard gain, but they've got to remain patient because the Bills offensive linemen want to get their pads set, and they need time to get them set.
So this Buffalo possession set up on a Miami fumble and a long pass to Gadsden. It's outside the 16. 3rd down and 8. Empty backfield for Van Pelt. A block by Fina. Now the pressure comes and down he goes. Mixon and Jason Taylor are there. They'll share the sack. A loss of 7, and Buffalo has got a punt. Jason Taylor spectacular this season. Now 5.5 sacks on the year.
And you know what? This is all a function of what they do getting up the field. There's pressure, and it's not decisive on Alex Van Pelt's part. Set your feet, move up, let it go. He couldn't let it go because Taylor had driven back Fina into him. He couldn't let the ball go.
Mormon will punt, and the Dolphins have 2 back. And Dedrick Ward at about the 44-yard line. He can fly. The ex-Jet is inside the 40 and brought down on the play by Mo Unatoa, who snapped the ball. A 17-yard return after a 46-yard punt.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Visa. It's everywhere NFL fans want to be. And by Nextel, how business gets done.
After the Buffalo punt, a pretty good return. Miami at the 39-yard line. We told you before in that previous series by the Dolphins when Gadsden fumbled the loose ball in the end zone that it happened before in this game, Buffalo and Miami. Playoffs a couple years ago. Flutie threw a long pass to Molds deep in Miami territory. The ball was punched away, and that was an early turnover there. 1st and 10, shotgun formation for Fiedler from the 39. Downfield it goes, and Gadsden makes the catch. Tackle made by Clemens. And the gain is to the 19-yard line, a pickup of 20 yards on the play as we take our first trip to New York in Jim Nance.
All right, Kevin, after a 13-play Steeler drive led to a field goal, the Titans come back with their first play from scrimmage. Air McNair to Dyson, 68 yards. Titans in front 7-3. Back to Kevin and Craig.
Jim, no surprise there. Tennessee has beaten Pittsburgh 7 of the last 8 times they've met. First and 10 inside the 20. And the handoff to Smith without much there. An avalanche of Bills come there. Bryce Fisher in the middle of the fray. No gain. Second down and 10.
I got to tell you, I watched a lot of film on this team here, and Lamar Smith running the football, and they're talking positively, and they want to say good things about Smith in the running game, the potential of it. But in my mind, I felt like he's running cautious. His eyes are down. He's not seeing the hole. He's not running down the hill like he usually does. And in this game here, I'd be watching him. I'd say, hey, is the guy running with his eyes, or is he just tucking it up looking for a yard?
Less than 2.5. Last handful of games. Second down, 10 inside the 20. Smith again. A lead block by Conrad opens up the gate, and he slithers inside the 15 to the 14. It's a gain of 6. Tackle made by Travares Tillman. It'll be third down and about 4.
Here's how you find out whether the guy's running with his eyes or not. Watch how when the block comes across that he uses his feet and he jumps back to the inside. Lamar Smith sees it, follows his fullback right here. See that right there? That's where he comes back to the inside, and that's running with your eyes, following the right block.
Some nice patience in there too to see where that hole is.
That's using your eyes. Let them work for you.
It's third down 4 at about the 14-yard line for Miami in a scoreless first quarter. Fiedler. Pocket crumbles. He's on the run. He's got a first down inside the 10. Diving inside the 5 into the 1. Brought down by Pat Williams and Travares Tillman. It's a scramble of 13 yards for Jay Fiedler. And Dave Wanstead told us last night he needs to do more of them.
Oh, man, you're in the same meetings, but you're stealing my thunder. I'm getting ready to say the same thing. All right, I got to reload here.
Yeah, reload.
Here we go. But he does. He says, look, we encourage our quarterbacks to run the football if there's nothing there, especially right now, Kevin, because he is struggling. The last thing he needs to do is force the ball in there for an interception and have his teammates wonder like, oh, my gosh, here we go again.
Ray Lucas is in. First and goal from the 1. Deion Dyer, the fullback, couple tight ends. Lucas with the block from Dyer, chased from behind by Foreman, and wrestled down at about the 3 and a loss of 2 on the play. Jay Foreman's had a good first quarter.
They like linebackers who can run and recognize. Now, obviously, when you come in here, you've got to realize that, number one, here's your guy. These linebackers have to be prepared to get outside. They've got to turn it all back inside because Lucas, more than likely, is going to run and get to the outside run-pass option. I think this is a run all the way. Foreman read it, came underneath, and did a nice job of getting to Lucas.
Dyer remains in there as a fullback. You take a look at Chuck Foreman's son, Jay Foreman. Second down goal at the 3. Ray Lucas is the quarterback. Hand off to Smith. Nice block ahead by Goodwin, the tight end, which gets him back inside the 1-yard line on a gain of 2, setting up third and goal.
Everybody talks about the red zone. Everybody talks about what you've got to do when you get down in here. But this is it. You're going to see the guards coming around. He's going to pull. He comes. The fullback's there. They've got a lot of power coming up in the hole. But the Bills get to the ball. They get there. This defensive line in Buffalo has improved. They've improved a great deal. And a lot of it has to do with Pat Williams taking on 2 blockers, giving Hanson and these other guys an opportunity to make a play.
Third down goal at the 1. Lucas under center. Heath Irwin. Conrad is on the move. Dyer is the fullback. Now 3 in the backfield. It's Smith trying to plunge in and dives for a Miami touchdown. Lamar Smith, his 4th touchdown run of the season.
As soon as they brought Conrad back around to the outside, like he was going to come to the backfield for an option kind of deal, that took the linebacker outside of it. He does cross the plane there. It is a touchdown. And the Dolphins convert, taking pressure off of Jay Fiedler at quarterback.
The goal line is part of the end zone. There you go. When you break the play, Alindo Mate will try the extra point. He's perfect this year and stays that way. So the Dolphins get good field position on this drive. Their workhorse, Lamar Smith, pounds it in from a yard, and they've got an early 7-0 lead. Lamar Smith had a career season last year, over 1,100 yards. He's had a difficult time this year, but a 1-yard touchdown run gives Miami a 7-0 lead over Buffalo. And the ensuing kickoff by Motter. Sean Bryson will take it from about the 10. Follows the flag. It is grabbed from behind. The flag has been thrown on the play. Terry Cousin was there for the Miami Dolphins along with David Bowens. And the 24-yard return will be altered a bit because it's on the Buffalo Bills.
Holding during the return, receiving team, number 94, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Kevin Harlan alongside Craig James. Dave Wanstedt, the Miami coach, told us last night he wants to be more conservative today.
You know what? Right now they're doing what they need to do. They're running the football. Lamar Smith is there. The defense is playing. But I think Buffalo needs to take a chance. They got to open it up. They're going to have to get the ball to number 80. I've been saying it, and it's not rocket science. The guy's the best player on their offense. Somehow, through formation changes or whatever, they've got to get the ball to him.
Back to the 20-yard line. Bryson is in the backfield with centers. First down and 10. Now Bryson in motion. And Van Pelt right to work. Lead to the side, caught by Eric Moulds. Breaks the tackle, gets a great block, and there he goes! It's a foot race with the linebacker. Derek Rogers, and Moulds will win this. And Buffalo is on the board.
Well, I'm glad that they're listening to our on-cameras there. You know, get the ball to number 80. You know, and what they've done here is the Dolphins were trying to put Patrick Surtain over there to protect Jamar Fletcher. They wanted Surtain covering number 80. Moulds is the best player on their offense. They got to get the ball in his hands. When you do, things like that happen.
That touchdown pass, the fourth longest in Bills history. The extra point by Jake Arians, which ties the game at 7. So Eric Moulds, who has been complaining in the press about not getting enough touches, Eric Moulds, number 80, gets a season-long 80-yard touchdown reception. So Eric Moulds, who has had great success against Miami in his past, namely that 99 playoff game where he had 9 receptions, the two-time Pro Bowler, with a nice play, and you can see some of the effectiveness that Alex Van Pelt brings to this offense.
Decisive. Get rid of the football. That's what this West Coast offense is here. Mike Shepard, their offensive coordinator, wants them to get back 3 or 5, let the ball go. And 90% of the time, Van Pelt is good with his reads, knowing where to get the ball.
Dolphins are coming off a shellacking last week to the Jets, 24-0. Seattle just got by Buffalo last week, 23-20. And after the Moulds 80-yard touchdown reception, the ensuing kickoff picked up by Chambers. Runs into a fray. Reggie Germany at the bottom of the pile along with Deshaun Polk. And a return of 14 yards on the play. Tonight on CBS, they couldn't stand each other until they realized they were perfect for each other. Oscar winner Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan star in the blockbuster comedy You've Got Mail. That's tonight after 60 minutes. Except on the West Coast on CBS.
That's a good movie. I'm telling you, it's a fun movie. Good feel movie.
It is.
She's never sent me mail, though.
No.
You?
No.
Huh?
And I doubt she will.
Okay.
So after that long touchdown pass to Moulds, which ties the game at 7, Fiedler first and 10. The handoff to Smith, grabbed and taken down by Pat Williams after a gain of a couple on the play to the 32. It's a gain of 3, bringing up second down and 7.
You know, Heath Irwin has never started a game at center, right? And he's in for Tim Ruddy. Asked Jay Fiedler last night in our meetings. I said, hey, how's Irwin? Have you taken any snaps from him? He's right here in the middle of the field. There's the big guy. He's got to go against Pat Williams. That's not an easy task. Coming off on the linebacker, finds his man. Williams again shedding the block with the guard, getting into the ball carrier. But he's doing a nice job so far.
32-yard line, second down and 7. Fiedler to Smith, the Conrad block, the Goodwin block, and again not much there. Brandon Spoon, Rayon Hill, number 39, off the bottom of the pile. Sean Price, gain of 1. We talked to Fiedler, and he told us that all week long, because Ruddy didn't practice that much this week, it was Heath Irwin who was giving him the snaps.
And you know what? If you're going to have an injury to a center, to your center, better happen early in the week so you got time to practice with it, which, you know, you don't have all, you got the players used to the cadence, the calls by the center, and with Irwin not having any experience there, Replacing Tim Ruddy's a big call.
Good point. Travis Minor in the backfield. There you see the new center for the Dolphins. 3rd down 7 from the 33. Fiedler to the side, looking for Chambers. The defender fell. The catch was made inbounds at the 45-yard line. He beat the fallen Irvin, a 23-yard gain on 3rd and 7 and a first down for Miami.
Miami really has high expectations for this guy Chambers. He's a big receiver. He's a fast receiver. Does he get them both down in there?
No huddle offense. And the handoff to Minor on 1st and 10 runs right into the grasp of Bryce Fisher and is brought down at the 37-yard line, a gain of about 8 on the play.
You know why they did that? They didn't want to give Buffalo a chance to look at it, to review it, whether he had both feet in bounds on that deal. They hurried to the line of scrimmage, snapped the ball, put the pressure on the Bills to make a decision.
Flag is down at the 32. It was a late flag.
Defense, 12 men on the field. Penalties decline. Second down.
So what they did, they hurried it up. They put the Bills under the gun there, trying to make a decision on whether they're going to call for a replay. He gets the left foot down. I don't see the right one come in. He only had 1 foot down, but because the Dolphins went to the line of scrimmage, 2 things happened. 1, they didn't get it reviewed, and number 2, they had 12 men on the line on the defense over there.
Hard to even see them from both those angles if they got it in. 2nd down and 2 from about the 36. Conrad is in motion. Perhaps a blitz, and here's the handoff. And nothing doing for Lamar Smith. Kendrick August and Pat Williams are right there to plug up the middle. A loss of 5 on the play. Back to the 41-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and about 7.
Most of the time, you get a big defensive lineman who can do one thing and not the other. Man, Mark Dixon, the guard who's down right now, is just, Pat Williams is so agile. He's able to penetrate, break down, and then shuffle to where the ball carrier's going.
So Dixon is down. His replacement is Troy Andrew, who is a rookie free agent. And the interesting thing about Andrew, this is his first game played in the NFL.
So you combo that up with Heath Irwin next to him, who's his first time ever to start at center, and you've got a lot of newness on that Dolphin offensive line.
Andrew was a rookie free agent out of Duke and a 3-year starter. Right now, Mark Dixon is down and in pain and being looked at. Monday on CBS. For years, Carol Burnett made us laugh. Now she'll join Harvey, Tim, and Vicky for a brand new special with never-before-seen outtakes and plenty of surprises. Don't miss the Carol Burnett Show, Showstoppers, on CBS Monday.
I love it.
That is not a good sign.
No, it's not. No, but I'm talking about I love that Carol Burnett deal.
Yes.
You know, I love Lucy one week, then you're coming in with Carol Burnett. I mean, you're boom, boom. It's a 1-2 punch of the all-time funniest women.
You're revealing your age, though, here. Those shows were long ago.
You know what, though, partner? You like them, too.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
We are the same age, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
It'll be 3rd down and 5. So Troy Andrew will come in and take the place of Mark Dixon. There he is. I'd have a nervous smile on my face as well.
Oh, this is a real handicap for the Dolphins offense right now, and a huge advantage for Pat Williams and that defensive line. If they double up Williams, Hanson and the other guys have to take advantage of the single blocking.
Minor is in the backfield. You just saw Tim Ruddy, who's injured. 3rd down and a long 5 at the 39. Here comes Bryce Fisher. He jumps, and there go the flags. With 29 seconds to play here in the first quarter.
A little rotating going on right now.
Offside, defense, unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Pat Williams in a passing situation. They brought him off the field to rest him, give him a little air. They bring another group in. They're trying to stay fresh with Pat Williams, which is smart, because if they can stop, they feel like if they can stop Lamar Smith in the ground game, then they've got a chance to win the game. Greg Williams has had his work cut out for him here in Buffalo. It's a young group, a really young team. He's trying to show them how to win. They're adjusting to a new system. They're adjusting to having players who have been injured. Their quarterback, Rob Johnson's down. Now they're going with Alex Van Pelt. So there's a lot of change in things that have taken place here in Buffalo, and I like what Greg's doing. You know, he's a proven winner. He's been a good, successful defensive coordinator. I think he has a good support system around here, Kevin.
Well, they are marking off the distance on the sideline for the penalty. And they had, like I said, a little bit more than 5 yards to go, a long 5. So they are still shy. You can see, in fact, where his hand is holding the link in the end of the chain. And that's how far the Dolphins have to go with the penalty in tow. And the Dolphins, in turn, have changed their offensive makeup. Out is Minor. Back in comes Lamar Smith.
Here's what I'm talking about, how young this team is. I mean, when you talk about 19 rookie or first-year players, that's huge. Their average experience is only 3 years. Average age is here. I mean, 31 veterans that they've lost in the last 2 years. And a lot of assistant coaches are different and new here. So there's a lot of change and newness. And therefore, you have to be realistic with your expectations for this team. It takes time to put it all together.
Now 3rd and inches inside the Buffalo 35. Smith is back in. Goodwin positions himself on the outside. Fiedler will plunge. He's hit. The Progress gets him the first down, though. Tillman is the one that initially hit him, but it wasn't enough, and Fiedler does grind his way for a first down, and the Dolphins keep the drive alive.
He paid for it, didn't he?
He did.
He earned that one.
What about this as we see time winding down here in the first quarter? Well, they may measure it again.
Yeah, they may call your whole card on this one. I mean, he really, because Kevin, when he got hit initially, it pushed him back about a half yard, 2 yard, and then he had to regain the momentum, get it over to where he was.
Well, may have jumped the gun. There's the Progress. You got it. See, I know it was right.
You know it all along. you jumped on the fence. You were straddling right away.
Well, his Progress, to me, was very obvious, which was this push right there.
Yeah.
And then Tillman got it.
But the Dolphins lose a lot of push, a lot of chemistry now. With Dixon gone, with their center Irwin, it's not a layup that a 4th and an inch or a 3rd and an inch is going to be made.
They've had some fireworks. Buffalo had an 80-yard touchdown pass to Moles, which tied the Dolphins. Miami scored in a 1-yard touchdown run by Lamar Smith. We're tied at the end of 1. We begin the second quarter at Ralph Wilson Stadium, sold out today in Buffalo, New York. Kevin Harlan, Craig James, Beasley Reese. First down and 10. After quarterback keeper by Fiedler. First play of the second quarter. Handoff fake. And here comes Fiedler out of the pocket. Chased by Hansen. Flag is thrown. Pass caught downfield by James McKnight. At about the 16-yard line. 18-yard gain as it stands now. Flag was thrown on the play.
A little bit of holding. Fiedler's an accurate thrower. They keep saying, Dave was saying, look, this guy can throw the football. He's accurate. Don't worry about that.
Holding. Offense. Number 83. 10-yard penalty. Repeat. First down.
Runner Goodwin, the tight end.
And Fiedler likes to roll. He likes to move the pockets. He likes to get to the outside, and it's effective because they're so concentrated on the inside, stopping the running game.
You talked about chemistry. I'm intrigued by that comment with 2 new offensive linemen in there right now.
Yeah, can you imagine the conversation? Hey, Irwin, what do I got? I don't know. You figure it out. I mean, there's a lot of changes, sometimes subtle, where there's not even a word made. It's nothing said. It just happens physically.
First and 20 with the penalty at the 44-yard line. Smith in the backfield. Fiedler the short drop, quick throw downfield, looking for McKnight. Incomplete, double cover, but the primary coverage by Antoine Winfield. It'll be second down and 20. Coming up in the next halftime report, join Jim, Mike, Randy, and Jerry. Scores, highlights, and news from around the NFL, plus a report from the Raiders-Giants game coming up next on the Nextel halftime report from New York. Is there quarterback controversy in Miami?
No, and again, visiting with both Wanstead, Fiedler, Changalian pregame. They all support this guy. They say, look, he has had 3 interceptions before in the first half and brought us back to victory in the second. They have confidence in him long term.
Travis Minor is in, second down 20 from the 44. Outside it goes, bobbled and drops. Incomplete pass to Chris Chambers. Coverage by Winfield again. It'll be 3rd and 20.
But following up with that and continuing the conversation is that Dave Wanstead's in a pickle here. If Fiedler were to get in a bad groove here, I think personally Dave has to change it. He's got to take him out. Otherwise, he risks losing Jason Taylor, Zach Thomas, that defense. They fall apart on him. So Fiedler has to work. He's got to go, or Ray Lucas comes in.
Minor remains. Fiedler the quarterback. Third down and 20 from the 44. Early second quarter. We're tied at 7. The Heath Irwin snap, and it goes right to Travis Minor, who breaks a tackle, finally brought down by Newman. Shy of the first down. He gets to the 38, had to get to the 35, picks up 6.5 yards on the play. We've seen 2 fakes now called by Dave Wanstead, a fake punt to Minor and a snap directly to Minor from scrimmage. Not enough. And Miami, we think they're going to punt.
It's that deception, man. There's so much of it going on. I mean, it's really for the Bills, though. They'll give them the 6 or 7. They can care less as long as they punt the football here.
And how about Minor, who is a rookie, is the guy that has been involved in both trick plays. Punt by Turk. Inside the 10 and down right there. There's Travis Minor again. He's ubiquitous all over the field. A 27-yard punt. They spot the ball at about the 11. Buffalo will get it back.
The Bills and Dolphins tied at 7 here in Buffalo. And for you Miami fans, your left guard, Mark Dixon, has a right ankle injury. They are evaluating him right now. They have not determined whether or not he can return to the game. Kevin?
All right, Bees, and 2 new offensive linemen for the Miami Dolphins after the Dolphins just punted. It's first down and 10 for the Buffalo Bills. Bryson in the backfield from the 12-yard line. And Bryson gets the call. Breaking 1 tackle, breaks another from Arturo Freeman, then Zach Thomas. The leading tackler for the Miami Dolphins brings them down. Gain of 5. It'll bring up 2nd and 5 from about the 17. Here with the players and coaches wear shop for authentic apparel and merchandise for the holidays at NFL.com or AOL keyword NFL.com. We wear that, don't we?
We'll wear whatever they give us free. Yeah.
2nd down and 4 from the 17. A fake to Bryson, who offers a block for Van Pelt, who fires a pass to Moulds, breaks another tackle, grabbed by Surtain, fumbles the ball. It's loose and vacuumed in by Arturo Freeman, who is down at the 40. And now the turnovers even at 1 apiece. On long pass plays, ironically enough. Miami gets it back.
Yeah, on the outside over here, they do a nice job of blocking Jason Taylor out. They get the play they want. Moulds to the middle of the field. But again, people have got to hold on to the ball down the field.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Staples. Staples has everything you need for your business at great low prices. A diamond is forever. Show her how much you love her this Christmas. And by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
The Buffalo Bills just fumbled on a long pass play. Eric Moulds, who's got an 80-yard touchdown pass today, just fumbled it deep in Miami territory. And you can see the giveaway takeaway story for the Buffalo Bills not all that good either. Miami is -14, Buffalo -10 coming into today.
You know, the Bills, it's not good, and that's why the record's bad. You know, that's what's surprising is how good the Dolphins are, as bad as they are.
They are going to challenge to see if Moulds was down. And let's get our first look at it.
I can't imagine why they would challenge this thing. I mean, I just don't think
it's a fumble.
That's a clear fumble. And, I mean, we've got the Bills assistant coaches. They're over here in a booth next to us. We can see through the glass. They're watching it.
Clearly down.
I have no idea what they've seen.
That the runner was down by contact for Miami.
Yeah, I don't see what might have prompted them to want to challenge this.
Because they will lose a timeout if they lose the challenge.
Give you an idea of what instant replay this year has done in terms of overthrows. Through 10 weeks, the regular season, there have been 136 reviews. 46 have been overturned. It's very difficult. It has to be totally conclusive. And to waste a timeout in the second quarter, I'm not so sure that's a good call, and especially on something like this right here where there's no knee down.
No.
The ball's gone.
Clearly stripped of the ball by the Dolphins. But the judge and jury is on the field, Terry McCauley, and he will give his opinion in just a second. Miami, as we began the broadcast today, we talked about the importance of this game. Losing last week to the Jets, who are idle today. Miami wins. There is a tie for first place atop the AFC Eastern Division. 7-3 New York, and perhaps 7-3 Miami.
Miami and the Jets are sitting there at 4-1 division record. They're strong with their division record when it comes down to head-to-head, right? The Dolphins at 2-2. They need divisional wins.
The Jets have done so many things. They've won 4 consecutive games, and again, we continue to look at the same replay, which to me is about as conclusive as any replay we're going to see. And Terry McCauley will take a look at it under the hood.
And when you talk about the average time of a review through the 10 weeks of this regular season, it's been about 1 minute 2 seconds, 1 minute 2 seconds, and the total delay in the ball game's been 3 minutes 7 seconds. They're always conscious of this. They're aware of it. They're trying to speed the game up, make a decision, get out of the peep tank, go on back out there.
So there we are in the position we stand today, because the AFC East has the Jets on top, and you talked about their 4-1
right there
division record.
Yeah, that's big. That's big when it comes head-to-head at the end of the year.
We've talked about their 4 straight wins for the Jets, 3 in a row on the road. They're averaging defensively, the opponents, about 7 points a game against New York, so their defense is stout. Now today, New England plays New Orleans.
Big game. Big game for both teams. You know, maybe what they're, was he laying on him, which means that he's down? I don't think so. I just don't think so. You know, is he down as a result of laying on top of the Dolphins player?
No, because if a guy runs it in and rolls over a defender, he's
After
still.
review,
Thank you.
the recovering player was on his feet when he recovered. He was hit and driven back. The spot on the field is correct. Buffalo is charged with their first timeout.
The Bills lose the challenge, now down to 2 timeouts.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's clear. Yeah, I guess they're looking at it when he's tackled here. Where was the ball? They took a long time to make their minds up on something I thought was pretty easy.
Well, they got it right, because
yeah.
The bottom line is they got it right.
They did. Bills fans might not agree
No,
with you.
yeah, exactly. So the ball is just shy of the 48-yard line in Miami territory. The turnovers are now even at 1 apiece. Buffalo with 2 timeouts. The Dolphins have all 3. First down and 10. Fiedler under center. Heath Irwin. Smith in the backfield, and Conrad joins him. A fake by Fiedler. Here comes the rush. Winds up. Going deep. Looking for Chambers. Incomplete. And Chambers has found himself in pools of Buffalo double-team coverage all afternoon long. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, and you know what? They're really doing a nice job. They're going to have to move the pocket. They're going to have to get him out of the middle of the field to help protect not Fiedler, but the offensive line. On the inside in here, look how they pass him around. These 3 guys responsible for those 2 guys. Dixon's, he's gone, right? So they've got a young guy starting at right guard. They've got a lot of newness up there, so they're going to move the pocket and try to shuffle Williams and keep him up there.
2nd down 10 from the 48. Smith again in the backfield for Fiedler. There's a block by Falau and a pass outside for the twisting and turning Aronde Gadsden. And he's down to the 46-yard line of Buffalo. He picks up 6 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 4 as the Chiefs have an early lead, and San Francisco the same over the Colts.
Colts just don't have a defense. You know, they lose Mike Peterson, their best defensive player. They struggle over there. They're going to score points, but they don't have enough to stop those 49ers, I don't think.
Travis Minor has come back in. So now it's 3rd down and we'll say 5 from just inside the 47. Shotgun snap, the pitch out to Minor, a block by Falau, and outside it goes, trying to deep front, first down, and is stopped. Ken Irvin was there. Tavares Tillman was there. And about a yard shy of the first down, a gain of 3. It's 4th down and 2. And again, Miami will punt.
And again, here he is. It's just a speed toss. They're going to try to pull to get out here to log this man on the inner line of scrimmage. That's a really nice job if you can get out there and get him hooked. He didn't really block down, which really caused him to come back a little bit. Minor had to shuffle back just a little bit and gave that Bills defense time to get over there to stop him short of the first down.
Matt Turk, the punt inside, is on 47. Peerless Price is back inside the 15. The wind is blowing across the field. And this will land in the end zone. Chased that way by Scott McGarrahan. 44-yard punt. So Dave Wannstedt and the Dolphins can't cash in on the Buffalo fumble. Buffalo fumbled. Miami couldn't do anything with it. They punt, and Buffalo now takes over. First down and 10 at the 20 on the touchback. Sammy Morris is a receiver. Sean Bryson in the backfield, and from the 20, Alex Van Pelt hands off to Bryson. A block by Halsey. They blow this dead in mid-motion.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 71, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Well, there's some bad news for Dolphin fans. A broken leg, a fractured leg for Mark Dixon, will not return today. His return for the season, of course. Well, you put 2 and 2 together. It's going to be tough.
Tim Ruddy, Mark Dixon on defense. Daryl Gardner more than likely is going to land on injured reserve with a bad back and surgery this week. Sam Madison. They lose Brian Walker. So there are a lot of issues the Dolphins are having to deal with.
First and 15 with the penalty back at the 15-yard line. Bryson remains in the backfield for Alex Van Pelt, who played at the University of Pittsburgh. And outside he goes to Bryson. Breaks a couple tackles. We've seen a lot of broken tackles today by the Bills. Finally, Surtain brings him down at about the 21. Wednesday on CBS, Garth Brooks performs live from the beautiful beaches of South Padre Island. It's your last chance to catch Garth Brooks live coast to coast Wednesday on CBS. Kevin Harlan alongside Craig James. Beasley Reese is on the field for us today, as always. Alex Van Pelt, who broke all Danny Marino's University of Pittsburgh passing records. Second down and 9 at the 21. Bryson grabbed by Taylor. Down by Rogers and Brock Marion, combining on the stops. Gain of 3 on the play, 3rd down and 6.
You know, one thing's really interesting is we've seen these defensive backs get burned a little bit here. Beasley, with the wind swirling like this, do you change your posturing and how you cover guys?
No, not really, Craig. I think what you assume is that the quarterback cannot have as much control over the ball, particularly on long passes. So you look at it as an opportunity, and I think you'll see these guys play a little tighter.
Bryson again in the backfield. You see as much Travis Henry as he did a couple weeks ago when he started and had over 100 yards against the New York Jets. 3rd down 6 from the 24. Van Pelt fires a pass. It's intercepted by Brock Marion. He picks it off, weaving his way downfield. Blockers ahead, brought down by Larry Centers. Brock Marion has just made his first interception of the season. The 16th of his career. And returns it 22 yards to the Buffalo 10-yard line.
Yeah, the Bills come over here and they put Price and Eric Moulds to the same side. They bring Moulds across the middle of the field, and you can see right here how he's squatting. He's waiting. His responsibility is to bracket. Once he brackets and jumps inside, Van Pelt didn't see it. Price stayed to the outside and didn't move to where Van Pelt thought he was going to go.
Brock Marion with some good moves. Of course, he needs them. He's raising 4 daughters in his wife are, so he knows all about that. It's 1st and goal at the 10. Fiedler gives off to Smith, who plows his way, moves a pile. Finally, Foreman and Rayon Hill bring him down after a gain of 3. 2nd down goal at the 7-yard line.
This is where that Bills defensive line has to penetrate. They have to take advantage of Tim Ruddy not being there, Mark Dixon not being there. This is where they have to step up and make a play. The Bills coaching staff and Greg Williams have been pleased with the progress they've made. Now they want to see them in the red zone. They want to see them do something with it down here.
Receivers are McKnight and Gadsden. Smith in the backfield. 2nd down goal at the 7. Fiedler to the end zone for the angular Gadsden, incomplete and covered by Nate Clemens, who is a rookie. It'll be 3rd and goal at the 7.
Hey, this is one of those areas where you find out, really if Chan Gailey and those guys are telling you the truth. Are they really going to stay after it and be aggressive with the play calling with Jay Fiedler, not protecting him? And I think that's an indication there that they make the call, they get the matchup they want, but maybe Fiedler, even though he says he's not cautious with his throws, maybe he does put it a little bit too high.
Yeah, that's a great point. What about his confidence, Craig?
Well, it's right there on the edge. It has to be.
3rd down goal at the 7. Smith in the backfield. And Fiedler is under center. To the end zone and over the head. Almost uncatchable for receiver James McKnight, the ex-Dallas Cowboy.
Sean Price gave a little Thanksgiving Day kiss over there as he let go of the football, but they went to the inside and then back to the out, and they thought they had it. He was open. He was open there. That's 2 plays in a row where they got the matchups, the looks they wanted, and Fiedler didn't hit him.
So the Buffalo defense holds Miami with a goal-to-go situation out of the end zone, and they'll have to settle for a 3-point try from Olindo Mare. And he knocks it in. He began the season hitting 13 straight, then missed one last week. But he just put the Miami Dolphins on top of the Buffalo Bills.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the United States Postal Service and by 1010-220. For great long-distance rates anywhere in America and around the world, dial 1010-220.
Capacity crowd here. They had 3,500 seats available. Then the owner, Ralph Wilson, bought them on Thursday and distributed them to charities all over this part of Buffalo. Lindo Mare, and the ball just off the tee, just kicked a 25-yard field goal and put the Dolphins on top, so they do cash in partially on the Brock Marion interception.
Ralph Wilson said to the fans, it's a way of saying thanks for understanding and enduring and knowing that we're growing and we're not a good team right now. I thought it was a nice gesture.
One of the great owners in the history of the NFL, Ralph Wilson. He says he knew it would be a tough season. He appreciated the fans sticking through him. They're 1-8. And the kickoff by Monty. Sean Bryson inside the 5. Finds a seam, grabbed by Sean Wooden and brought down. Flag is thrown. The return is out to the 27-yard line. It's good for 24 yards, but another flag is on the field.
The old holding there, kick return. Boy, you tell you what, and this is what pulls Greg Williams' hair out.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 88, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Well, Saturday on CBS, it's all guts, all grit, all glory. It's the ultimate celebration of pride, tradition, and the American spirit. The cadets and the midshipmen, the Army-Navy game, live from Philadelphia, right here on CBS Sports. All begin with Tim Brando and Spencer Tillman on College Football Today at 11 a.m. Eastern Time.
A lot of meaning to that game this year, right?
Absolutely. Maybe more now than we've seen in many decades in this country. First down and 10 from the 15-yard line for the Buffalo Bills. It was a Buffalo penalty on the return. Mare's field goal just put Miami up by 3. Halfway through the second quarter. Time of possession right there. The fake to Travis Henry and the pass to the side, incomplete. The coverage applied by Surtain. It was too much on Moulds. The pass incomplete. The flag is on the field. It appears as though it's on Miami. It is.
You know, in the Dolphins, they said they were going to put Patrick Surtain on Eric Moulds today.
Pass interference, defense. Number 23, automatic first down.
Because they believe that Moulds is their guy. Surtain, he's had his work cut out for him here. He's a lot of respect. And, you know, Beasley just said a while ago, they're going to play a little bit tighter against these receivers because of the win. Maybe that's a little bit too tight.
Buffalo just got only their second first down of the game outside the 26, first and 10. Henry. Slowed down by Taylor, chased by Thomas, still on his feet, breaking tackles, gets by Freeman, has a blocker in Conatee, chased by Greenwood and Marion, and brought down at the 45. He ran about 100 yards, but gained 19. But he was dazzling doing it in a first down for the Buffalo Bills.
Wow, I'm tired just watching that play. That dude just ran 65 yards to pick up what he did. But when he cut, they got it coming off the outside. You got to pick him up right there. He has him. Taylor misses him. They have him. Zach Thomas misses him. He comes back, reverses field. What an effort.
Just outside the 46. Philip Crosby is now the fullback. Centers is out from the 47, first and 10. And it's Travis Henry again. Running, he's got to be out of wind. Puts up about a yard on the play. Second down and 9. And a Buffalo player is down. And that is Corey Halsey, who is the offensive lineman.
Watch Coach Williams. Look at Greg Williams. Attaboy. Alex Van Pelt's down there. Everybody's down there. I think they made a mistake. They should have taken him out of the game because, speaking as a former running back, you get tired on a play like that. You run out of gas, and that time Henry just kind of fell into the back of the legs and probably hurt John Fina.
That is Naya. John Fina. I think I said Corey Halsey. It is John Fina, who has had some injury problems already this season with a thigh and a knee. And the guy that was supposed to start at left tackle today, Jonas Jennings, he is out with a sprained foot. And they have had all kinds of offensive line woes. 4 different offensive line combinations, 4 different left tackles, 4 different right tackles. This has been about as injury-plagued team as, Craig, you will find in the entire NFL. And right now, Fina is down.
This offensive line, they've changed, it seems like every week. It's musical chairs. Travis Henry just kind of fell into him. You know, Henry just tired. He doesn't have the right footing here. And you see him. There's Fina. Henry collapses into him. And fortunately for Fina, he's walking off. Looks like he's going to be okay.
But now they've got a rookie coming in his place. Fina has played 10 years, and he's 32 years old. Now they bring in rookie 5th-round pick Marcus Sullivan, who was inactive last week, has started 1 game in the NFL, and now he is next to the Pro Bowler Reuben Brown. So Marcus Sullivan is the new left tackle. 2nd down 9 at the 48. Henry in the backfield. A block from Ostrowski. Time for Van Pelt. A short little pass across the middle is brought in by Larry Centers. It's a gain of 3, and Larry Centers now has caught a pass in 130 consecutive games. And he is up to about midfield.
And I tell you what, I like how defenses in the new game of football are taking away the crossing routes. Crossing routes really hurt a team when they catch it full stride and they run right past people. Linebackers are becoming more aware of where to look for the receiver coming across and at what depth they are.
David Bowens is now coming on the defensive line for Miami. 3rd down 6 from the 49 of the Dolphins. Larry Centers in the backfield. Van Pelt to throw. And down the middle he throws, incomplete, looking for Peerless Price. The coverage by Arturo Freeman. It's incomplete. 4th and 6, and Buffalo has got a punt.
Van Pelt just not as sharp, not as crisp as the last time that you and I had a chance to watch him throw the football. Probably not as crisp as he was last week because they had a good one-on-one matchup there with a rookie covering on Peerless Price, and he threw it behind him coming out of the break.
Mormon to punt to Jeff Ogden, his deep back. There was a rush. The punter falls. No yellow on the field. Ogden waving it off. It goes out of bounds. There was a great rush by Scott Galligan and Scott McGarrahan, and they just about blocked that punt. Terrific lineup on CBS Sports next week. College football, we told you about that with Army and Navy. And Billy Packer and I will be in Tucson, Arizona for the Kansas-Arizona game. Also Boston College and Michigan for some of you. Then the Home Depot SEC football game featuring Tennessee and Florida. By the way, this is CBS's 21st television
Going to the tournament.
And going to the tournament. It's 1st and 10 from the 17 and a run past the 20-yard line out to the 23. Goes for Lamar Smith. The tackle is brought down by Brandon Spoon.
6 minutes to go here in the first half. This is a point in the game where old Mo's looking for that bench, you know. Both teams, you got a young Buffalo Bills team, and the Bills, they need to be reminded of that. Stay focused, stay in the game, stop them here, and don't let up.
2nd down and 6 from the 21. Smith again. Oh, brought down beautifully by the big man in the middle who has done so much to solidify that line, Pat Williams. A loss of 3, back to about the 17.
Oh, this is explosion. Look at him explode through there. Watch how much power there is. And these are, I mean, boom. There's no way that Irwin, the center, can block back, which is what he was trying to do, and the guard was trying to pull out of there. That is penetration deluxe.
So again, Irwin is taking the place of the injured Tim Ruddy, who is inactive today. They've got a rookie free agent taking the place of Mark Dixon. That's Troy Andrew. It's now 3rd and 9 at the 18-yard line. And Fiedler fires a pass, caught by Gadsden, wrestled down, shy of the 1st down. He's to the 22, had to get to the 27. He picks up 5 on 3rd and 9, and Miami's got a punt.
And again, this is what I like about it. These guys here, when they come out, recognizing the down and distance, being smart, there's the first down. Then watch how they come in there. They converge. As soon as he comes to the middle, look right here. They've got him boxed. They know exactly where he's going to come from and expect him there, and they stop him well short of the first down.
Turk to punt. Gets off a rocket. And Price watches it bounce inside the 15 and into the end zone. Right now, that stands as a 77-yard punt, which would be the longest of Matt Turk's 7-year career. He had 2 70-yard punts last year for Miami. He just banged that 77 yards, a career long. Well, the NFL gives us questions every week up on their website, and the NFL this week has come up with who is the best Smith of 2001. Emmitt Smith, Bruce Smith, Jimmy Smith, Lamar Smith, Rod Smith, Antoine Smith.
I'm going with Rod. That is
the wide receiver for the Denver Broncos.
I mean, he is a great player here, but
just log on,
Rod Smith.
Cast your vote at NFL.com.
You agree with that? No?
I don't. First down and 10. They'll hand off to Bryson, who submarines his way past the 25. And he's got a gain of 5, so it'll be 2nd down and 5 coming up. Yeah, I don't know. Rod Smith and Denver, they've been somewhat disappointed. Didn't everybody pick that team in the AFC to go all the way?
Think about it. Ed McCaffrey goes out. Right. He has to pick up the pace.
I know. Now he's in double, triple team coverage every time.
Yeah. I'm just lobbying for the vote that I cast.
I know. Which was? Rod Smith.
Although Antoine Smith, you know, at times he's giving the Patriots a little ground game.
Not bad. 2nd down and 5 for the 25. Travis Henry back in. A little change of pace and brought down by Tim Bowens on the defensive line. And also Terry Cousin, a gain of 4. 3rd down and about a yard at the 29.
Hey, man, Zach Thomas is going to come from the middle. And watch how Zach, he's going to have a lineman on him, number 54. He's got somebody blocking him, and he's got to try to take on the ball carrier. He does his job. He gets them up there, helps slow down the progress the running back's making, but Zach's not a big guy. In our meeting last night, he said, man, this is a big offensive line.
That old Texas draw from Lubbock. 3rd down and 1 from the 29. In motion comes Price toward the screen, and here's a pass to Moulds outside. And that should be good for a first down. The catch at the 34-yard line. On 3rd and 1, he gains 6 yards. And the Buffalo Bills, who trail by 3, keep it alive. You know, the difference between Alex Van Pelt and Rob Johnson in this offense, to me, is night and day.
And they know that around here. Rob Johnson's still learning the offense. Van Pelt at the University of Pittsburgh had Paul Hackett, the offensive coordinator, now with the Jets running that West Coast offense, so he knows it. He understands the system.
From about the 35, 1st down and 10. Fake to Henry, going outside quickly. It's caught by Sammy Morris, a reserve running back who bangs his way to the 40-yard line. Brought down by Bowens. A gain of 5 on the play. Terrell Freeman was there. Marlon Greenwood was there. That should take us to the 2-minute warning. The Dolphins got a field goal, 25-yard from Alindo Mate. A touchdown run by Lamar Smith, and they lead it 10-7 at the 2-minute break. Mate field goal, Miami up by 3. Coming up in the Nextel halftime report, the guys led by Jim Nance in New York scores an highlights plus report from the Raiders-Giants game. All coming up on the Nextel halftime report. Kevin Harlan, Craig James, Beasley Reese in blustery Buffalo.
But not cold Buffalo.
2nd down and 5. From the 40-yard line in Buffalo territory. Centers in the backfield. And Van Pelt with the block from Ostrowski. He has time. There's the aforementioned Larry. Look at him, Craig! Zach Thomas up to midfield and grab the first down. He gains 10 on 2nd down and 5. That's 33-year-old Larry Centers, a 12-year veteran.
That's why he got to get to the legs. You know, Zach, he made the mistake of bull riding him.
2 timeouts left for the Bills. Remember, they lost one as they had a challenge fail. 1st and 10 from midfield. Van Pelt rifles a pass. Caught by the tight end Reimers, but lumbers past the 40 and falls at the 36. Picks up 14. Another Buffalo first down. 2 timeouts remaining. And now Van Pelt will burn one. 1 left.
Now they're regretting using it on that instant replay challenge. I guarantee they wish they had one more.
Monday, get ready to laugh your head off. Starting with America's favorite comedy, The King of Queens, Yes Dear, and the Emmy-winning Everybody Loves Raymond.
Psychotic!
And a special Decker with guest star Lauren Holly. Plus,
This is big doings here, sister.
Carol Burnett reunites with Harvey, Tim, and Vicky for a brand new special.
You got splinters in the windmills of your mind.
Carol Burnett, Showstoppers. All new comedy on CBS. Laugh your head off Monday.
Buffalo just took a timeout. They've got one remaining. For the Buffalo Bills, Miami is their biggest rival. I don't know if it's the same for Miami.
Well, Miami, you know, this is the deal where Miami's got the Jets and the Colts that have heated up a lot, but right now the Bills fans, they still want the Dolphins.
First down and 10, 37-yard line after the Buffalo timeout. And the Reamers but catch. Van Pelt, chased by Bromell, fires down the sideline where no one stands. Centers was about 7-8 yards downfield, incomplete. Now second down and 10. 1:13 to play in the first half, and a timeout on the board.
I like that. I like that. Flush him out of the pocket. His nickname is the Pillsbury Doughboy. They call him Doughboy. Van Pelt. And so, I mean, we're not talking about Michael Johnson here. So if they can get him outside the pocket, make him move, he won't have as much consistency, even though they did have Larry Centers being covered by a linebacker.
In this drive, he's been pretty good.
If they get him rhythm, he's 4 or 5 in this drive for 36 yards. If they let him sit in that pocket, he is good.
Second down 10 from the Dolphin 37. The blitz by Cousin, picked up nicely. Here comes the rush. Bromell's got him and rides him down. His third sack of the season. They lose 3. The ball pushed back to the 40. And Buffalo has just burned their last timeout with 1:07 to play.
Bromell's one of these guys over here on the top, another speed guy. They've got speed, a lot of speed, and they bring the corner from the outside. So they're putting pressure on the pocket. Bromell just stays with it, keeps coming. Number 60, Ostrowski, makes the one-time shot. You know, when you try to cut somebody like that, you better hope that the ball's out of there. Otherwise, that defensive guy, Bromell, he stays with the play, and you get the sack.
John Fina is back in at that left tackle, taking the place of Marcus Sullivan, who replaced Fina. And Fina has been hobbling between plays, we've seen. So now Buffalo with their final timeout, none on the board. 1:07 to play in the half.
You know, the Miami Dolphins last year, Trace Armstrong was here, one of the best pass rushers specialists in the league. He's gone. They lose Daryl Gardner's push up inside. There are different guys now who must step up, like Bromell, and make plays in their absence.
Third down 13 from the Miami 40. Centers in the backfield for Alex Van Pelt. Standard 4-man rush. Van Pelt downfield, and oh, what a catch made by Reggie Germany. A rookie 7th-round pick out of Ohio State. No timeouts for Buffalo. The ball at the 23-yard line. The clock continues to tick down. A 17-yard gain. To the 23, and there's the spike by Van Pelt. Clock stopped at 46 seconds. In a thicket of Miami defenders, Germany rising high makes his 6th catch of the season. And it was a beauty.
Well, let's just show you that thicket of coverage that you're talking about back here. Germany goes up, gets a lot of extension for the ball. Great height and jump and concentration to come down with it. 3 Dolphins players have a pretty nice throw by Van Pelt.
There's Germany on the 23-yard line after the spike now, so it is second down and 10. And Van Pelt with time fires a pass low. Was it caught by Price? No indication. They'll confer. It is a catch shy of the goal line. First and goal to go Buffalo. The clock at 32 seconds. It's a gain of 22 yards. The clock continues to tick. No timeouts for the Bills. Miami, however, with 3, will take a timeout.
And I'll tell you why that's smart, because that gives the replay booth upstairs a chance inside 2 minutes to take a look at this to make sure he did, in fact, catch the football.
Now, Wannstedt cannot challenge.
No.
Inside 2 minutes, the booth upstairs will decide if it's reviewable.
This is the way he's able to get the challenge going his way. So now they're going to have a chance upstairs to take a look during this timeout to find out if he really does make the catch. That one there looks like he hasn't pulled it in.
I'd say he's got it, absolutely.
But that's a smart move by the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Go ahead, waste a timeout, and take a chance that the replay booth's going to look at it. Again, the rhythm, the timing, staying in the pocket. Throws the ball back where only one guy can go get the ball. That was an excellent job of Price. You see how he drove back to the middle, came back to get the ball?
There are probably not two better young receivers on one team than Eric Moulds and Peerless Price. They got a couple good young kids, and we've already seen Reggie Germany on this drive, but Moulds and Price are very effective. Nonetheless, it is a catch. They're going to blow it dead. And let's see what Terry McCauley tells us from the field.
Play will be reviewed.
It will be reviewed, which, again, plays right into Miami, as you called, calling a timeout.
You know, hey, Beasley, did you notice how the receiver drove back to the ball, and the defensive backs, they didn't see it, so they couldn't drive back to it?
You know what? You are so correct. And as I look at the replay up top, you can tell if that's exactly what happened. The receivers could tell what was going on because he's facing back, looking at the quarterback. He reaches down and inside to get the ball, and the DBs end up on his back. That's just a great adjustment to the football.
There's no doubt that's a reception.
Yeah, it is. But again, you've got to, if you're the replay booth upstairs, they're in charge of this call here. They've got to protect themselves and give every option out there for the referee to go in there and look at it.
Play is being reviewed as to whether the receiver possessed the football.
And again, the bottom line is here, as we talk with the NFL and the great people that head up the officiating staff, is to get the call right. And that is the bottom line. Get the call right.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, not only that, does he catch it and score? Where is he when he catches the ball? Well, he does not score. So now it's just going to be reviewed whether or not it's a catch.
Well, which is what Terry McCauley just said. But this is, if you're going to review a play, this is certainly one to review from upstairs.
You know, and again, last week, give you an example of the number of challenges. There were 10 replay reviews, or 14 reviews last week. 5 were overturned. So, you know, you got about a 33% chance based on last week of getting this thing overturned. But I think it's an important decision by the replay booth to say, yes, we are going to give you all the options out there to the referee to see it and make sure that it's right. And a pretty darn good job of Dave Wanstead being heads up, calling timeout right away so that it gives them a chance to take a look at it.
It's $10 million worth of equipment per stadium in the NFL. You might as well use it and get every penny's worth out of it, right?
You know, and it also gives our runner a chance to go get our hot dogs ready for this halftime, right?
You always bring food. Somehow you real food. Alex Van Pelt on this drive. We're talking about the catch by Price, or what appears to be a catch. 6 of 8 on this drive for 73 yards.
And one thing they've done is they put Patrick Surtain over covering Eric Moulds. Moulds has had a good half.
After review, there's no indisputable evidence that the ball hit the ground. It is a catch as ruled on the field.
But the Bills have been able to spread it around. They've been able to protect him. One of those incompletions, again, was when they flushed him out of the pocket. So protect it, give him the pocket and the time to throw it.
Buffalo has it. No timeouts remaining. 27 seconds to play in the first half. First and goal from the 1. Centers in the backfield. And the quarterback keeper by Van Pelt. And the arms have not been raised. He did not get in. The clock continues to go. It is second down and goal. No timeouts to stop it. Miami's got 2, but Buffalo is out. Van Pelt had his helmet knocked out and is, I would assume, a little bit disoriented. 11 seconds left. Look at Fina, who is out there back at left tackle, hobbling still.
Boy, he is hot.
You know, the helmet was knocked off Van Pelt. I wonder if there's a complaint there that maybe Miami was holding on to the helmet and not letting it get his equipment back.
There's a bubble to the right side. That's where Van Pelt went to, but the linebackers came in and they supported it. They invited Van Pelt to come to that side, and he stuffed them.
Third down and goal. Inside the 2, Van Pelt with time to the end zone. Bobbled, reeled in, caught for a touchdown. It's the tight end, Sheldon Jackson. His second career touchdown reception, and Buffalo is back on top. Sheldon Jackson's first reception of the season is a touchdown. And it comes with 6 seconds remaining in the first half. And Jake Arians' extra point strokes it through. And a flag was thrown on the extra point. A flag is down at the 6-yard line. And how about Sheldon Jackson? His only catch this year is for a touchdown. And a hold is against Buffalo. They'll do it again.
Holding. Offense. Number 65. 55. Correction. 55. 10-yard penalty. Free kick.
55 is Jay Foreman, the linebacker, does play special teams. And so now it becomes more like a field goal. And what is interesting about this is Jake Arians, who's going to try this, has had a devil of a time with field goals this year. Now, this is for an extra point, but in field goals, his last 8 attempts, he's made 3, he's missed 3, and he's had 2 blocked. And this is like a 30-yard field goal with the penalty, but it will only count as an extra point. Remersmont will hold. Guinatoa with the snap, and it is good. It's a point on top of the touchdown reception by Sheldon Jackson. And Buffalo has a lead 14-10.
Brock Marion is up here. Here's your tight end. When the play action occurs, he's got to be able to see this and feel him and get back to the outside. Brock Marion comes up, supports too hard on the play action to run. Right here, he's missed. It's over with. See ya. Now it becomes one of the more difficult catches that any receiver has to catch. Sheldon Jackson, this is tough, but you see him over here. He's going to go to the outside. Watch Brock. Watch how he has the responsibility of that tight end release. As soon as he goes out there, Brock's fooled on the deal on the play action pass, and it's over with.
Sheldon Jackson has only played 3 years in the NFL, has now 10 career receptions, but that's his first of the season and good for a touchdown.
Man, you know what, Van Pelt, we talked about his decisiveness, getting his feet around, getting his butt. You saw him swivel, get right around. Watch how he gets his feet planted. Watch how quickly he makes the play action. There it is. Get your feet around, get them set, and let the ball go. That's your techniques. Those are the things, the little things that help make you successful.
Van Pelt for the game so far, 11 of 18. He has been picked off once, just under 200 yards, and he has thrown 2 touchdown passes today, the 7th and 8th of his season. And now the ensuing kickoff on the ground over Dyer and picked up by Sean Wooden, or is that J.J. Johnson? And he will take it out to the 40-yard line. That will take us to halftime. 16-yard return. And Dave Wanstead and his team down 14-10 at halftime. Buffalo has been tough here. They have won 4 of the last 6 games in this stadium against the Miami Dolphins. And they have a halftime lead as we go downstairs to Beasley Reese.
I think I'm with Coach Wanstead. Coach, what are you going to tell the guys in the locker room? Anything you need to get fixed?
Well, offensively, we got to take advantage of the turnovers. We had turnover at the 10 and 1 at the 50 and get 3 points out of it. So we've stopped ourselves there. We've missed a couple throws. And defensively, they've thrown 2 balls up. We got guys around. We got to be more aggressive on the ball.
All right, Coach, thank you.
And Fiedler is only 6 of 12.
Yeah, he's talking about a couple of passes to the end zone after that turnover. He missed them. Those are the way things that Fiedler has to connect on.
CBS Sports presents the Nextel Direct Connect Halftime Report. Nextel, get right through.
And welcome, everyone, to the Nextel Halftime Report. Jim Nance from our 5th Avenue studios. Randy Cross, Jerry Glanville alongside. Our colleague, Mike Ditka Ailing, deactivated here.
A little hitch in his gut along.
Yeah, a little hip injury. Jerry pushed him there in the coach's
I think we hurt his feelings more than he got hurt physically.
No, it takes a lot more than that for Iron Mike now.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about this Miami Buffalo game with the Bills in front on that touchdown pass with 7 seconds to go in the half.
Well, those big plays by Eric Moulds, I think, have really been the story of this game because Miami, to their credit, has played very well. They lost Tim Ruddy. Mark Dixon now out of the game with a fractured leg. Huge plays, huge losses for Miami. They're still hanging in there. It's the big play, though, by Moulds that's turning this thing.
All right. Against the blitz. All-out blitz. That's why he broke it for 80 yards.
All those darn defensive coaches.
So let's go around the league, the NFL today.
Oh, this is my game.
Pittsburgh has just moved in front. There are all sorts of spectators on hand, seeing Cordell Stewart running the ball, throwing it for 183 yards. They've taken the lead in the 3rd quarter. Jerry, some of your pals are there. And Phil.
Forget about those stats. I like those stats. Hey, this is the first offensive play for Tennessee. 69 yards. Woo! Get it going. Nobody in there. Touchdown.
Kevin Dyson. McNair would throw a second touchdown pass at the first half.
Bootleg. Look for the tight end crossing. There he is. Touchdown.
Frank Wycheck. Seconds before the half. 3rd and goal. Burris
Too
receives.
easy. Too easy. Down there inside the 5, you got to take away the slant. Bad coaching job by Tennessee.
And this was about 2 minutes ago. Cordell Stewart, 3rd quarter action, breaking free, 48 yards.
Did you say that's over 20 yards?
I'd say so.
That's their 17th running play. Over 20 yards, they lead the league.
And that's what Dion called for on the NFL today. He said,
Oh,
"Smash,
Dion.
just run it, man. Just tuck it in and run it." And he does.
throwing
for a
it
touchdown. He is throwing it just superbly today. Meanwhile, Cleveland missed the PAT. Dawson's added 2 field goals. Cincinnati, Cleveland, here's the story right here. Turnovers.
Well, Cincinnati's running the ball very well with Dillon, as you'd expect. John Kitten is throwing interceptions to Boyer here, the 21st on the season.
As you expect.
As you'd expect. Tim Couch, though, Kevin Johnson down the sideline. Folks, you got to figure it out. It's kind of like Manning to Marvin Harrison. These guys love to throw the ball to each other, or throw and catch from each other. Ben Gay goes to the left. Ben Gay loses a little heat and a little ball. Moves the ball over here. Neil Rackers has missed 2 field goals, though, for the Cincinnati Bengals. And who they going to throw the ball to? Newsflash again, Kevin Johnson from Tim Couch.
Hey, I wonder how Ben Gay smells in the locker room.
Well, I think they had to cut,
tell you what.
cut Neil Rackers in the locker room.
Ben Gay ain't packing the heat like he did last year.
Oh, baby.
Gave him a lot of action. All right, Kansas City, 3rd quarter in front of the Seahawks, who are down 10-0. Hasselbeck with a touchdown pass to Alexander out of the backfield. His first touchdown reception, that is, after 10 rushing touchdowns. Is that a touchdown right there?
I don't know. They did not call for a replay. The ball never crossed the goal line. Come on, Mike. Call your coach upstairs. Replay that thing. But Hasselbeck still playing good. 115 yards at halftime. 1 touchdown. No interceptions. And he throws this one.
To Sean Alexander, the running back. You, the sportscaster, all over it.
Yeah,
49ers.
by the way, Priest
front of
Holmes has 72 yards rushing in that game.
All right, how about this? The Colts are down 6. Manning over 200. Harrison, 6 catches, 104 yards, and a touchdown.
Typical Garcia effort. Not winning the stats, but he's winning the game.
Carolina was stopped 4 downs at the 1, and the Falcons' big play coming from Bob Christian.
And Bob Christian, last week he played real good. In fact, he beat the Packers at Green Bay, and he's playing good. I drafted this guy out of Northwestern. I don't know what I saw in him, but he's still playing.
He doesn't know what he saw out of you as a coach, but he's still playing. He's still there.
He's still there, and I'm gone.
How about Washington looking for a 5th straight win here?
And really the key is either running the ball very, very effectively.
And Philadelphia only 2 first downs in that game.
Can you believe that?
A reminder, this is a doubleheader day here on CBS. Coming up, some of you will see the Ravens and the Jags, but most will watch the interconference clash, the Raiders and the Giants. More on that game now. Let's go across the Hudson to the man who will call the action, Greg Gumbel and Phil Simms.
All right, Jim, thank you. Welcome to the Meadowlands, everyone, where today the New York Giants have quite a task ahead of them. Take a look at the standings in the NFC East. They're running a game and a half behind the Eagles in the division, and their task is much the same as Denver's on Thanksgiving Day. They come in at 5-5. They can't afford to lose another game, at least not at this juncture. Jim Fossil says, I don't know what's wrong other than we work hard, we play hard, but we do make some stupid mistakes during the game, and they can't afford that today against the Raiders.
Yeah, what a way to try to get well for the New York Giants, to play the Oakland Raiders. And John Ritchie, I think he said it best, the fullback for the Oakland Raiders. He says, hey, when I get in the huddle, look who I get in there with. Maybe the best quarterback in football and 2 surefire Hall of Famers. You take those guys, 5 running backs for the Raiders who have been productive this year. The Giants defense and their team, they have a tough task ahead.
The Giants need a win. The Raiders probably won't have a whole lot of sympathy. That's later on today. Jim?
All right, I can't wait for that one. The Giants and the Raiders later day on CBS. This just in from Indianapolis. Dominique Rhodes, 2nd touchdown of the day from a yard out. Extra point to come. Extra point pending. 49ers and Colts in a wild one in Indianapolis. We're going to send you back to the second half there in Orchard Park. Thanks for being with us on the Nextel Halftime Report.
CBS Sports presents the Nextel Direct Connect Halftime Report. Nextel. Get right through.
Bills quarterback Alex Van Pelt has thrown 2 touchdown passes. 14-10 the Bills. Let's go downstairs now to Beasley Reese with the Buffalo head coach.
All right, I'm with Coach Williams. Coach, great football game. Just what did you say to the guys in the locker room?
Well, right now it's important for us to come out and be just as solid in the 3rd quarter as we have been in the first half. We haven't been playing very well in the third quarter to start a half off. We've got to have our offense right now be clicking on all cylinders. It's going to be a physical ball game. It's a fun ball game. It's always that way when the Bills and Dolphins play.
Thank you, Coach.
You bet.
Yeah, it's a good rivalry. Kevin Harlan alongside Craig James. What do you think of the Miami play calling, Craig, in that first half?
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I don't think they really were that conservative. I think that Jay Fiedler has to execute. He has to hit some of the throws that Dave Wannstedt talked to us about just as he left at halftime. They've got to execute. He's got to make the throws when they're there, and I expect to see some screens here in the second half from the Dolphins offense.
Miami will kick off. As you take a look at Fiedler talking with his young receiver, Chris Chambers. And Linda Mata has it teed up, and her second half is underway. Now Bryson bobbles the ball. The running back picks it up at the 10. McGarrahan is there, and they finally bring him down. Some good special teams by the Miami Dolphins. And McGarrahan was one of the first down there. David Bowens came down as well. They spot the ball at about the 12-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10.
Buffalo's kickoff return unit has killed them today. Fumbles there. They can't get it going. They have 2 holding calls on kick returns. They can't get a good starting position because their kickoff return unit's not executing.
John Fina begins the second half at left tackle. So he is back in there. Centers in the backfield. And Alex Van Pelt with Reamersma has tied in motion. 1st down and 10 yards to go. And the sidearm pass incomplete, and through the hands of the normally sure-handed Larry Centers. It'll be 2nd and 10 and 12.
Yeah, Zach Thomas walking back to the huddle, talking to him a little bit. Basically, here's what Wannstedt's talking about. When we get the ball as much as we do, we've got to do something with it. Buffalo with the 2 turnovers, that's a plus for the Dolphins. They're looking for more takeaways.
Offense. Number 70, half the distance to the goal. Repeat, 1st down.
John Fina comes out, little holding, gets him, but I think Wannstedt has he's in for a dogfight here. This is a huge game for Miami for all the reasons we've explained through this broadcast, and just as important for the Bills trying to get something going with this young football team.
And you can see how in the third quarter Buffalo is staggered, being outscored by a huge margin. Now 1st and 16, back at the 6 with the penalty. Travis Henry in the backfield. He'll get the call on a draw play. Chased by Freeman, breaks that tackle, finally brought down by Patrick Surtain. Gain of 4 out to the 10.
And I think a lot of the reasons, the problems you have as a young football team and not playing well in the third quarter is because you don't realize the amount of intensity you have to keep. You can't just go in and have a soda at halftime and think that it's over. I mean, you've got to stay hooked up mentally for 60 minutes, and it may take them a while to get going again in the third quarter.
And you're right, for a young team, that's tough to do. 2nd down, 12 at the 10. Henry again wheels around the corner, and there he goes down the sideline and finally shoved out of bounds by Jamar Fletcher. A gallop of 25 yards up to the 35 and a 1st down.
He's deceiving. This guy, he's going to lull them in and then get the bounce. He's got more speed than they think. And when he gets to the inside there, Larry Centers leads him up inside. The guard comes around. They take the wrong angles for him. Henry, with the vision that he has, they have a lot of hope for this guy. He's 221. He's 5'9". He doesn't have that breakaway long speed, but he's got that good 20-yard zone speed.
Averaging about 6 yards per carry today. 1st and 10 from the 35. Henry's in the backfield, gets the call again, trips on the carpet and goes down. Mixon covers him up. And a gain of maybe a yard. And we'll call it 2nd down at about 10.
Well, I figured out something quick on Henry, man. Once he has a long run, you need to take him out of the game. Remember that? He hit that long. He just can't deal with it the next carry. I mean, the guy on the nice scramble he had, he runs into John Fina's legs. That time he comes in, he runs into another lineman's legs. The linemen are going to make him get out of the game after a long run.
Well, you've got to know the feeling. You played NFL running back for so many. I mean, you got to get winded out.
Oh, yeah.
A couple long runs.
I've run into a few linemen's legs, too.
We'll call it 2nd down 11, shy of the 35. And again, Henry runs into Zach Thomas and Kenny Mixon, brought down at about the 38-yard line on a gain of 4. Zach Thomas, 2 consecutive Pro Bowl appearances.
Yeah, not so sure that Henry really isn't tired, because there is, I thought, something maybe back to the middle of the field. He's trying to come over here, but maybe something opens up. When he gets back to the middle there, if he's running with vision and the better deal, they cut the middle of the field. Right back up in here. There's where the lane was. Linebacker was pursuing, but I think he should have cut back inside on that one. Fatigue will make you a bad runner.
3rd down and 7 from the 38. Van Pelt sidearm pass, caught, flag is down. That's Jeremy McDaniel with his first catch today, the 11th of the season, 8-yard gain. And the ball will be spotted now at the penalty against Miami at about the 45-yard line.
Offside.
So they'll decline it, and they'll get the first down.
Number 96 lined up in the neutral zone. Penalties decline. First down.
Alternatively now to a young football team, the Dolphins aren't young. They shouldn't be making mistakes. When they get a group pin starting from the 15-yard line, they got to shut them down over there. And right now, you know, again, Alex Van Pelt in a rhythm. Wanstead's going to have to bring guys inside. They're going to have to get there because the Bills' offensive line is doing a good job of keeping them away from Van Pelt.
Henry back in the game outside the 45. First down and 10. It's a fake to Henry, who offers a block. Van Pelt going deep for Mold. Oh, what a catch! Touchdown!
Well, I don't know how they coach this one, but again, there's that rhythm I was just talking about. Steps back, 1, 2, 3, lets it go deep. Jamar Fletcher over here. Patrick Surtain, no help over the top. They got the matchup and the mismatch in their mind that they wanted. That's Jamar Fletcher. He can't run with it. So again, a formation change gets the matchup with Moles on Fletcher, a rookie, and he burns him.
Marion's extra point is up and in. Moles has caught 2 touchdown passes today, one of 80 yards. That one of 54 yards. Alex Van Pelt has thrown 3 touchdown passes. It's Buffalo on top of Miami. Signed him this past off season. Rookie Jamar Fletcher, number 24, was just torched. And the Buffalo Bills on top, 21-10.
He was beaten badly, too.
Here's the kickoff by Buffalo. The Dolphins have not returned a kickoff for a touchdown since 1989. And here comes Chris Chambers, and it's going to continue that way. Nice play by Deshaun Polk. There's a demon on special teams for the Buffalo Bills. A 15-yard return. They'll spot him at the 24.
All right, here he is down here. He's going to come this way. There's that safety who's going to come over and help here. So there's double on the middle for there. That leaves Jamar Fletcher, the rookie, wide outside by himself with Alex Van Pelt hitting Eric Moles. Now, Eric Moles is only about 6 inches in front, but in their words around here, they say, if you're 6 inches in front of a guy, you're wide open. I'm going to get you the ball.
How does Miami respond? 1st and 10. The pitch out goes to Lamar Smith. Breaks a tackle. Finds a seam. Play is blown dead. Flags all over the field. Moles has been complaining to in the press he has not been used
Prior
enough.
to the snap, false start, offense on the center, illegal snap, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Keith Irwin, but yeah, in the paper, that has been a big story here in Buffalo. He wants the ball more. He's not even the leading receiver on the team, he says.
Greg Williams said it's not a problem for him because he'd rather have a big, high-priced guy wanting the ball than some high-priced prima donna who's not caring about losing.
Right.
I mean, Moles wants to win. Give me the ball.
Penalty pushes him back 5 yards at about the 19. First down and 15 yards to go for Jay Fiedler. 2 new offensive linemen from Miami this game. There's a pass by Fiedler outside for Gadsden, spinning and corkscrewing his way up to the 26. And that will be a gain of about 7. Now it'll be 2nd down and still about 9 to go. For the best NFL coverage on the net, including expert analysis and live scoreboards, go to cbs.sportsline.com or AOL keyword CBS Sportsline.
Getting cooler, isn't it?
It is.
Just a little bit. I mean, it is a little bit cooler.
Well, front is supposed to move through.
Yeah. Had to get a little weatherman stuff in there.
It's good. 2nd down, 8 from the 26. Fiedler with the block from Conrad has time. There goes a flag. The pass is caught by the running back Minor at about the 27, gain of 2. But the flag is against Buffalo.
to the face. Defense, number 94, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Aaron Schobel is on the defensive line for the Buffalo Bills.
And I always wonder, in the midst of basically a fist fight in the middle of the field, how can you figure out that a guy is blowing somebody in the head? You know, that's great officiating. If you got to slow the game down that much to see Schobel throw his fist up there.
That's what they're paid to do, though.
But I tell you what I'd be doing right now, because that Dolphins offensive line has 2 new guys in there, I'd be putting 4, 5, 6 guys in there and forcing them to make a mistake.
Told you before, Mark Dixon out for the game, maybe longer, fractured leg. So rookie free agent taking his place, Andrew. Here comes the rush, and down he goes. Hansen and Schobel on 1st and 10 from the 31. Bag Fiedler, a 9-yard loss. Back inside the 22.
Yeah, that's just pure pressure here. They come inside here. They get these guys to push hard. They're all new, working together up there basically now with the 2 new guys we just mentioned. They get the push, they get the separation, they don't stay with them, they get double pressure going to Fiedler, and he's down. And what that's going to do is that's going to put a lot of pressure on Fiedler mentally. Not necessarily the play calling, but he's going to start looking at the defensive line as opposed to the drops in the secondary.
Miners in the backfield, shotgun formation for Fiedler, 2nd down 19 from the 22, the snap by Irwin. Fiedler being rushed, the pocket crumbles, throws low, flag is thrown. The pass was caught by Miner, or are they calling it incomplete? Incomplete pass and a flag, and it's on Miami.
Bolau was out there, down the line, number 6, I believe.
But the momentum is now
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense, number 66. Penalties decline. 3rd down.
It is incomplete. 3rd down coming up, and as we continue here, let's go to New York and check in with Jim Nance.
All right, a wild one developing in Nashville. Cordell Stewart's run for a 48-yard touchdown. Here a little sidearm flip to Amos Zaraway. He'll take it in for the 2nd touchdown pass of the day. 7-point lead, late 3rd. Let's go back to you.
You know, Pittsburgh, thank you, Jim, beat Tennessee earlier this season, 34-7. 3rd and 19, pass outside, bobbled and dropped at the 30-yard line. It's incomplete. They were going for Chambers. And Fiedler and the offense have to trot to the sideline, and Miami has got a punt. It's the defense of Greg Williams stiffening just a bit here in the 2nd half.
Yeah, they're going to come from the outside. They're going to do some crossing on the inside here. Again, just trying to force the issue. See the crossing up the middle of the field from the safety? They're trying to force him to throw the ball early, knowing that they had a long distance for the 1st down.
Turk to punt. His last one sailed 77 yards. They're going to let this one bounce. And it takes a Buffalo bounce. Finally vacuumed in by Scott Gallion. That one goes 33 yards, much to the chagrin of Matt Turk. The Bills on top.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by American Express, wishing you all the best this holiday season. IBM, taking e-business and your business to the next level. And by Best Buy. For the latest technology, turn on Best Buy.
The temperature is dropping here in Buffalo. Ralph Wilson Stadium filled to the brim. Kevin Harlan, Craig James, and Beasley Reese. An important game for the Dolphins. If they win today, they're tied for 1st with the Jets. If they lose, the lead extends in the Eastern Division for New York. Idle today, 1st and 10 from the 46. Rookie Travis Henry out of Tennessee tries to find some room. Brought down by a host of Miami Dolphins. A gain of 4 on the play. Kenny Mixon was at the epicenter. And there you see the Jets lead by a half game going into today.
You think they're not at home right now doing jumping jacks?
I'm sure they are.
They're pulling for these guys down here.
New England plays against New Orleans later today. It's 2nd down and 6 at the 49. And this is Sean Bryson galloping outside, gets it by Cousin, tackle, gets by a Brock Marion tackle, finally brought down on a play by Arturo Freeman. A 10-yard gain, flag is down, it's against the Bills.
Holding, offense. offense. Number 70, 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
That's John Fina, but just to have him out there, as hobbled as he is today, he's already left the field once with an injury. Says a lot about his guts, about his determination. We didn't think we'd see him come back in.
Yeah, I think, but you know what? When you have a bad wheel and you're going against fast guys like Jason Taylor and Bromell and those guys, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to jump off sides trying to get an edge. You're going to hold them.
That's what teams that face the New York Jets are saying about Sean Ellis and John Abraham. Those guys on the ends are just lightning quick.
This AFC East has a lot of fast guys off the corner. You know, you mix these guys in here now. They're a young, fast group of players, and Jason Taylor is really putting a lot of pressure right now, as well as the other Dolphins defenders, of getting up the field on these tackles.
The yards this half, as you see, second down 16 from about the 39. Van Pelt outside, leaping catch, but Freeman is right there, and Terry Cousin is the one who makes the tackle, and a good one it is. He smelled it out. He played last year for Atlanta and throws him for a 4-yard loss. Nice play by Cousin.
I think you got mail.
Well, that's right. Tonight on CBS, you will have some mail as well. Oscar winner Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan starring the blockbuster comedy You've Got Mail tonight after 60 minutes, except on the West Coast on CBS. Now third down and 20. Ball pushed back to about the 36. As Bromell jumped, was he induced?
Yeah, by the verbiage of Van Pelt.
Encroachment, defense, number 91, 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
He's listening. He can't listen. You got to watch the snap.
What do quarterbacks say in the huddle when they're purposely trying to go?
Hold your water is what I've always heard. You know, if it's on 3 or something out of the ordinary, say, hey, hold your water on 3, you know? So that just lets everybody, it's like a little red flag saying, hang in there, I'm getting ready to bark hard at him.
Now third down and 15 with the penalty at the 41. Centers in the backfield. 3 receivers deployed for Van Pelt, who has thrown 3 touchdown passes today. Here comes Taylor. There goes Van Pelt outside the centers. And it gets back to almost the original line of scrimmage. Good play turned in by Terry Cousin. So a gain of 5 on third and 15, and the Buffalo Bills.
You know what? We've been busting on John Fina a little bit over here, but here he is, number 70, Jason Taylor. It's one-on-one. Gets his hands out there, stops the initial thrust. And once he does that and gets that head back, plenty of time. Nice protection. Fina did his job that time.
Gorman with the punt. Not very long, wobbly, and not out of bounds near the 30-yard line. Kicking in this game has been very suspect. We've had one 77-yard punt. Aside from that, not much on either side. That was a 25-yarder by Mormon. Alex Van Pelt, 3 touchdown passes. Dolphins have been stagnant of late. 21-10, Buffalo.
Time for Fiedler to step up, make a play here.
2 new offensive linemen today. Mark Dixon has broken a leg. Tim Runny was inactive because of a right knee sprain. So 2 new guys on that line for Fiedler. First and 10 from the 32. After the Buffalo punt, the handoff goes to Lamar Smith. And runs into the grasp of Brandon Spoon and Pat Williams and Keith Newman. Gain of 5, second down and 5 coming up, and they spot the ball at about the 37-yard line.
Beasley, you and I have been in situations as athletes where things aren't going your way and a coach calls you in. Chan Gailey had a one-on-one with Jay Fiedler this week, told him it's time to perform. Puts pressure on you.
You know what, it really does, and you should spend a little extra time, and sometimes it can make you nervous in a game, but watching what Fiedler's had available to him, I think that Buffalo's just doing a real good job, especially in the secondary.
I agree.
Second down and 5 from the 37. Smith trying to find a crack in there, and again he finds Pat Williams in his way along with Sean Price. A gain of about 2.5, 3 yards up to the 39, setting up a third down and a couple to go.
You notice they're sticking with the run. They're staying with the running game, and I think a lot of that has to do necessarily with what they think is there for them. You know, I don't know if it's protecting.
Well, the turnovers have been such an issue. But I'm sure that they're just coming a little bit gun-shy.
At the top of my notepad from our meeting with Dave Wanstead, he did say, quote, maybe a little tighter to the vest.
And we have certainly seen that. You see the numbers right there for Smith. Third down 3 from the 39. Miners in the backfield. The shotgun snap from Irwin. Here comes the rush. Fiedler held, spins, throws, incomplete. But he was in the grasp. He had Shobo at his heel along with Kendrick Office. And they were there. No penalty, though, on the play. They call it a legal pass, and Miami's got a punt.
Again, the pressure that they're getting on the here is, I believe, really in the head of Fiedler. Right now, he's not seeing down the field. All he saw was Newman 53 coming his way. You know, you've seen it many times, Kevin. A quarterback sees it, feels it, but he'll sit in there and he'll go ahead and throw and deliver the hit right in the chops. Right now, he's tucking it and holding on to it and then looking for something secondary.
Buffalo had 2 men on the field. They take away one of the return men. Clemens is deep back. Price has run off the field. And there's the boot. The rookie Clemens inside the 15, doing a little dance on Cousin. Here comes Sean Wooden, who takes him down at about the 11-yard line. There are almost 12 men on the field, but a heads-up play by Peerless Price. And he runs off. Good defense by Buffalo. They've got the lead over Miami.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the United States Marine Corps. For 226 years of faithful service, thank you, Marines. Happy birthday. And by the Mitsubishi Eclipse. It's impossible to sneak around in. Are you in?
We're back in Buffalo, 21-10. Kevin Harlan alongside Craig James. Buffalo's got some momentum right now.
Yes, they do. And right now, Miami has to be a little concerned in trying to stop them defensively, because if they get up there too close, Eric Moll's going to run right past them.
So after the punt, first down and 10 from the 12-yard line. It's getting gray. It's looking like a Buffalo November day. A handoff goes to Travis Henry, who climbs his way up to the 15-yard line, picks up 3, setting up second down and 7. Monday on CBS tomorrow is Laugh Your Head Off Monday. How about that? All new episodes of King of Queens. Yes, dear, Everybody Loves Raymond and Becker. Then the Carol Burnett Show, Showstoppers.
She's a funny one. I love it. She's funny. She's hilarious.
Yeah, I know she is. Second down and 7. From the 15-yard line, handoff to Travis Henry. Picks and pokes his way, grabbed by Freeman, dragged down by Brock Marion up near the 23, 24-yard line. And he picks up 9 on second down and 7, a first down for the Buffalo Bills.
You know, we were talking about Lamar Smith and the vision and what he's trying to accomplish. Watch how he gets up inside the lane. Larry Centers is in the middle. Larry is right here. There's a peep backside. If you've got your head down, you never see that. You can't get there. Zach Thomas got lost in the middle. Larry Centers found him, occupied him, and Henry found the hole.
Henry's got 77 yards. There's the blitz by Rodgers. A good block by Philip Crosby. And Zach Thomas closes the door. Loss of 1 on the play. So the blitz took up the blocker. Then Henry was out there one-on-one with Zach Thomas, and it's a loss of a yard.
Thomas and his group, they've got to make a play here, and I don't think they can do it playing standard defense. They've got to do a little more blitzing, a little more work, roll the dice a little bit more, because the clock is working against them. It's 21-10, and their offense hasn't been able to produce much.
That Miami defense, number 3 coming into today, second down 11 from the 22. Rolling Van Pelt. Here comes the rush. There goes the throw, and it's incomplete. Looking for Price on a dive at the 29-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 11.
You know, and again, he rolls the pocket. Feels like there's going to be pressure in the inside. Price comes back, settles down, but so far, at least, I have not seen Van Pelt prove that he is a consistent thrower, accurate thrower when he's outside the pocket. Sitting in the pocket, no question about it. But when he rolls outside, I don't see it.
3rd down 11. Larry Centers in the backfield. You saw the numbers on Van Pelt from the 22. Van Pelt with time to throw to the side. It's caught by Reggie Germany, but well shy of a first down. Had to get up to the 32. Caught the ball at about the 26-yard line, a gain of 4. So it is 4th down, and Miami comes up with an important defensive stand.
Very important there of stopping. And Travis Henry had a nice run. Then they come out, and I think because Derek Rodgers on 1st and 10 blitz from the outside, it puts some confusion and doubt in the minds of the Bills in their play calling, and it worked for the Dolphins.
Brian Mormon will punt. The snap from Unitoa. And there's the belt downfield, picked up by Jeff Ogden at the 30-yard line. He's had 3 fumbles this year, but holds on tightly, brought down by Sammy Morris and Fred Jones, a reserve linebacker, number 99. 45-yard punt. Now, Fiedler gets it back. Back in Buffalo, 3 touchdown passes by Van Pelt. 21-10 is the score. Fiedler has it right now. A missing in action player for Miami today, that man, James McKnight, the leading receiver. Fiedler, 7 of 16, a pick, and 102 in the yard category. 1st and 10 from the 38. Fiedler winds it up and throws to the sideline, and it's caught by Aronde Gadsden. He picks up 14 yards on the play. A Miami first down. They come out aggressive. They're at the Buffalo 48.
He reloaded that time, and he stayed there. He didn't panic, and that's what he's going to have to do. I mean, if Mike Shula, the quarterback coach over there, was talking to him before he came on the field, that's what I'd be saying to him right now. Hey, look, you're getting some pressure. Get back to looking down the field. Block out that pass rush.
One more note on McKnight. He had 9 catches last week against the Jets. Gadsden today has 6 catches. First down and 10 for the Buffalo 48 for Fiedler. Another quick start, caught by Gadsden, slicing inside to the 36. Another first down, brought down by Rayon Hill. It's a gain of 12, so 2 quick passes and 2 quick first downs for Miami.
1, 2, 3, drive back to the middle. 1, 2, boom, come back to the middle hard. The ball's on time, coming down. Now that's the timing, that's the rhythm, that's the confidence builder for Jay Fiedler. He's throwing the ball a lot closer, a lot stronger. You know, these guys here, they got, look at their main men here. 7 receptions here for Gadsden. They've got to pick it up a little bit here. They're not doing it. They're not spreading it around.
First down and 10 from the 36. Slow day, 2 for Lamar Smith running the ball. He gets the pitch right here. A Conrad block, cuts inside. Heath Irwin offering a block, and then Jay Foreman makes the tackle at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 6, setting up 2nd down and 4.
And you know what? The last 3 plays have worked for Miami, but even that play there, Lamar, once he gets to you, you know, it's like he enjoys the contact. Sometimes he's not a good runner in open space. Get down the hill. Get running right past those guys. Those defensive backs can't arm tackle you.
2nd down and 5 from the Buffalo 31. Approaching 60 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Smith in the backfield. Fake to Smith, the block by Smith, and time for Fiedler. Fires a pass to the sideline. It's caught at the 20-yard line. Gadsden again, the 3rd catch on this drive. Good for 11. Another Miami first down.
And he's doing a good job of driving Nate Clements off the ball. The drive off, the play action, the boot roll back to the right side, helping the offensive line out. Does he get them both down? They're good there.
From the 20, no huddle, 1st and 10. And it's a handoff as it goes to Lamar Smith and gets about 2, carving about 2, maybe 3 yards. Out of the defense of the Bills, Kendrick Office was there with the stop. 2nd down 8.
Right now they're trying inside. Well, yeah, you know, I think they tried to buzz him out there to get the challenge, and the Dolphins hurried up again wisely, got to the line of scrimmage.
That's just smart football.
That's why they pay him the big bucks. 1 and the left foot.
Very close.
He's got a 13-inch foot, and I think 11 of it was in and 2 was out.
2nd down, a short 8, a long 7 from the 17. Fiedler running it himself. Has to get to the 10, has the first down, diving to the 8-yard line. Fiedler making it go through the air. They've been basically shredding the Buffalo defense on this drive.
And right time here, too. Again, not being afraid to let the quarterback run. Fiedler doing it with his legs right now and his arm, and the Dolphins offensive line helping out, giving him time to get the ball down the field.
The 3rd quarter is over. We begin the 4th quarter with Miami in the midst of their best-looking drive of the day.
And this is going to turn into a passing quarter for Miami. Beasley, how does it feel down there? Who do you think this favors, the win-wise?
Well, I think Buffalo is going to have the win in the 4th quarter. Now, it has changed a little bit. It's not blustering anymore. It's more of a consistent miles per hour. So that's the reason these guys are having more success passing the ball.
Fiedler's scramble has set up this position, but passes to Gadsden on the drive has been the mark of Miami's drive, which began back at their own 38. First and goal from the 8. Fiedler with time to the end zone. A backpedaling touchdown catch by Jed Weaver. His second of the season. And the Miami Dolphins are back in business.
Totally different guy on this drive here, Jay Fiedler. The way he threw the football. Weaver's over here. Here he is right here. He's going to go up inside to the middle. They flood. They go to the outside with the fullback Rob Conrad. The receiver went to the back left, and they blew it. The Bills just blew it. They didn't find somebody to come off on Weaver, the tight end.
Melinda Mata gets the extra point up. Jed Weaver just caught a touchdown pass, and Miami trails now 21-17. Jed Weaver's touchdown reception has brought the Miami Dolphins closer. We're just inside the fourth quarter. Fiedler on that drive, by the way, 4 of 4, 45 yards.
Rhythm, protection, seeing down the field. Offensive line, they moved the pocket a little bit with him.
But it was Rondé Gadsden who authored the drive with one great-looking catch after another. And now, with the wind continuing to blow, Mate has a tough time keeping it on the tee. Clemens will get it about the 6-yard line, the rookie. Gallion got a hold of him. Ball was jarred free, as you can see. Bryce Fisher digging for it. And the body language of the officials will tell you that Buffalo has retained possession. 22-yard return.
Well, the sense of urgency will now come into play in this game.
First down, Buffalo.
Urgency on the Miami Dolphins side. They've got to feel the pressure this fourth quarter. Buffalo doesn't need to hold up. They can't clam up. Mike Shepard, the offensive coordinator, has to stay after their fanny, keep putting the pressure on them, and not be afraid to throw it.
Big factor today for Buffalo's success, the running of Travis Henry, who's had his best game since early October. First down and 10. Just outside the 28 for the Buffalo Bills. Van Pelt passes, deflected, ricochets incomplete. It'll be second down and 10. Tonight on 60 Minutes, Thomas Kincaid has sold more canvases than Rembrandt, Monet, Renoir, and Van Gogh combined. That's why he's on 60 Minutes tonight. Then You've Got Mail with Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan.
Wonder where you were going with that.
I'm reading the card.
I just was curious. I was stirring my coffee. I want to know where you were headed.
Second down and 10. Here comes Henry, grabbed by Bones and brought down. Yeah, Henry had a 100-yard game against the New York Jets October 7th. That was 6 games ago. The highest total he's had since then, 63 yards. Today, 15 carries and 78 yards for the rookie out of Tennessee.
And last week he started the game out. First 3 carries, he had 2 fumbles. You know, so he was cautious. He got scared. Today he's run a lot harder, and I thought had an effective, efficient game.
Centers in the backfield now. Third down 8 from the 31 for Van Pelt. Big play defensively for Miami. Here comes the rush. There goes Van Pelt. Has to get to the 39. Loses the ball. And it's picked up by Sammy Morris at the 43. If the ball was not kicked, that is a legal retrieval. It is. It's a first down for the Buffalo Bills. At the 43-yard line, what a stroke of luck.
Man, and how about unlucky for the Dolphins, which is what they say is always happening. They're not getting any of the breaks to go their way. Was his arm going forward? No, it was. We couldn't see.
No, hold on. They're going to do the same thing Miami's done. They're not going to review it. The handoff to Henry running outside. A gain of a yard to the 43. Belted out of bounds by Derek Rogers. Kenny Mixon. Flag has been thrown downfield about the 42. In fact, 2 of them downfield. Both against Miami.
Defense, 12 men on the field. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
And that's twice that's happened now because of the hurry-up offense. And so the coaching staff's making a call out there where they can't review the play, making the other guys make a decision. That is a fumble. That's a fumble. His hand may have been coming up, but he's not going to throw the ball down the field.
But he was clearly by the line of scrimmage.
Oh, yeah, that's a fumble.
But it is. His arm was not cocked. He was rotating it, moving it as he was running. 1st and 5 from the 48. Hand off to Henry. End around to Price. A block by Van Pelt. Smelled out beautifully by Arturo Freeman. Miami was not fooled at all on the Buffalo trickery. There's about 2 minutes are gone here in the 4th quarter.
But how about Miami?
Gain of 2.
You know, they were telling us in the meetings how unlucky they are. The balls bounce. They had the deflected pass here, 1st down and 10 on this particular drive, and there's nobody there to intercept it. You know, they can't take the ball away. They're giving everything away. They just can't get the bounces to go their way. Everybody's around it to recover it except for them.
Here it's 21-17 Buffalo. That's a very good point. Pittsburgh leading Tennessee late. 2nd down and 3. You see other scores at the bottom of your screen. From the 50-yard line, Van Pelt to Henry. And had to get down to the 47 for a 1st down. Picks up 2, maybe 3 yards. And we'll have to see where they spot it. They do give them the 1st down. So they continue. By the way, both teams have all 3 of their second-half timeouts remaining. Well, this will be big if Buffalo can kind of muster up any kind of running game.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that it's also going to take the spirit out of that defensive line, Miami. They came out. They were charged up, ready to go. Now they had a little success against them. They'll fall apart here.
1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Just inside the 47. Mixon jumps back. Hand off to Henry. Plows ahead beyond the 45 and down to the 43. Picking up 4. Setting up 2nd down and 6. Looks like Zach Thomas had a hand in that tackle along with Ernest Grant. The first time we've talked about him. He's taken the place of the injured Daryl Gardner, who had back surgery in Miami yesterday and is out indefinitely.
You saw Kenny Mixon jump, though, early, right? This is that frustration level that could set in on your team. When you need to stop somebody, frustration sets in, and you forget your assignments.
2nd down and 6 from the 43. Fake to Henry. Van Pelt, wobbly pass, downfield, incomplete. Peerless Price was down there, no yellow on the field. The coverage applied by Terry Cousin. It's incomplete. 3rd and 6 at the 43 coming up.
I got to tell you, I understand the boos.
Yeah.
That sure looked like that was pass interference. It looked like he grabbed him. He was beating the ball, came back underneath. That's a big-time pass interference.
But not reviewable.
Huh?
Not reviewable.
No, not reviewable. But, I mean, he comes in there, grabs his arm, and I think that's a missed call.
Well, this crew has been pretty efficient today here in Buffalo. 3rd down and 6. Van Pelt lining up at the 43. Here comes the rush. Oh, and the pass is caught. Flag is thrown. Molds with the grab at about the 37. But which way will the penalty go? It's against Miami. It's the one thing the Dolphins can't afford.
Number 21.
And that is on Terry Cousin.
Automatic 1st down.
I don't know if you want to call that a makeup or what, but they got him eventually.
It's probably pass interference. He's back there. But you know what? How does Terry Cousin get hooked up trying to cover Eric Mold?
Yeah.
You know, they're lucky that thing didn't go a lot deeper. I'm sure they had over-the-top coverage help for him there. But again, there's Alex Van Pelt in rhythm, with rhythm, throwing the ball. Cousins comes up from behind him through the receiver to the ball. You can't do that.
Down to the 38-yard line, 1st down and 10. Van Pelt, good block by Fina. That gives him time. He finds the tight end. Reamersma dives for a 1st down. Picks up 11. He's to the 27-yard line. And Buffalo is answering Miami's previous drive with a good-looking drive of their own.
When they get over to the left side, what happens was Jamar Fletcher fell off and went back deep. Look, there's 2 guys back deep, and Reamersma comes underneath from the flat. Nobody's there. Fletcher forgot to stay and pass off and to look for the tight end. That's just a young guy making a mistake.
So now at the ball, just inside the 28, 1st down and 10 for Buffalo. Drive began back at their own 28. Henry grabbed from behind and torn down by the quick Jason Taylor. And Bromell and Bowens jump on the pile. 10.5 to play in the game. A gain of 2 right there. 2nd down and 8. Spot the ball at the 26.
Yeah,
Henry's given him a new dimension, isn't he, with that offensive running today?
They were patient with it. They stuck with it, right? I mean, it wasn't going real well. They stuck with it, and because of that, the offensive line's been rewarded.
Something Miami wanted to do with their running game today.
They wanted to, and I just don't think they've been as near effective as what's happened in Buffalo.
2nd down 8 from the 26.
You got the back there.
Van Pelt fires a pass. Good move by Centers down the sideline, dancing for a first down. A gain of 11 on 2nd down and 8. With a seductive move, Larry Centers finds a first down for the Buffalo Bills.
Larry Centers is a guy that's proven over the years that if he can get a linebacker with him, he's going to have a mismatch. No question about that. A lot of teams would at least get a strong safety on him. 52 comes running from the inside, and Greenwood's just not quick enough to anticipate coming back to the inside, which is what Larry Centers does. Picks up a few extra yards.
First down and 10 from the 15. Leading 3rd down receiver in the NFL. Here goes Van Pelt to the sideline, incomplete for Centers. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Well, that was really a nice throw by Van Pelt. Throwing it wide, way to the outside. Managing the game again.
Which is something Rob Johnson had a hard time doing in this Mike Shepard orchestrated West Coast offense.
Well, we said it early in the game. Bottom line is get the ball to number 8. Number 8, he's made some big plays today once the ball's got to his hands, which is giving confidence to Alex Van Pelt.
2nd down and 10 from the 15. Henry again, they blow that dead.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense. Number 81, 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
It's on Peerless Price. What is so interesting and I think so character-filled about this drive of Greg Williams' offense is that it comes on the heels of what we thought may have been a game-turning drive by Jay Fiedler in the Miami offense.
It's one of the things you get from a young football team. Sometimes they answer the bell, sometimes they don't. Right now, the Dolphins have not answered the bell, and this young Bills group, come on.
2nd down and 15 with the penalty back at the 20. 12th play of the drive coming up. Almost 4 minutes on the drive. Bryson bouncing outside, chased by Taylor, chased by Thomas, hurdles a defender. He's down inside the 10. 12-yard gallop by Sean Bryson.
Not a bad combination, Bryson Henry here. When he gets to the outside, watch how he gets the height there. First, he bottles him up in the middle of the field. Then he gets to the outside, and most running backs know this is what they're going to get. So he goes ahead, jumps up high, and makes a heck of a run out of this play. I like the combination Bryson and Henry are giving him.
He led the Bills in rushing a season ago. Kind of a specialty back right now. They got to get to the 5 for a first, so it's 3rd down and 3 at the 8. The pitch out to Henry. There's a block from Conatee. First down and a touchdown. Hard-earned touchdown run by Travis Henry, the 3rd of the season for him. Henry's got just under 100 yards on the day, and now the extra point by Jake Arians on the Jay Reimers Maholt, and it is no good. He misses his first PAT of the season. We told you before how hard a time he has had with field goals this year. Now it is extended to his point after.
Center and the right tackle pulling on that one. Nice job.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the Intel Pentium 4 processor, the center of your digital world. Wendy's new Bacon Swiss Cheeseburger and Chicken Bacon Swiss. And by the Travel Industry Association of America.
Buffalo on top by 10 on a Travis Henry touchdown run. His best game in 6 weeks. He had over 100 against the Jets here October 7th. He's replicated that today in the ensuing kickoff after that touchdown run. It's out of bounds, and Miami will take over at their own 40-yard line. So now the special teams of Buffalo kind of get
the ball
Mormon kicks out of bounds on the kickoff. Jake Arians just missed a PAT, and a 10-point lead is a lot different than an 11-point lead.
They're trying to pin Chambers down over there, but that wind's pushing the ball more than they're expecting when he kicks it.
Still juiced on the sideline. Henry 18 carries and 95 yards and a touchdown today. Buffalo's ensuing kickoff went out of bounds. Miami begins at the 40, 1st and 10. Miner is in the backfield, and Miner, the rookie, gets the call. Dancing outside, bouncing and weaving his way up to the 48. And a run of 8 yards on the play by Travis Miner. He's a 3rd-round pick out of Florida State. And read NFL.com for in-depth analysis from Marv Levy, Vic Carucci, one time a Buffalo writer, and Phil Simms with the inside scoop all week long. NFL.com is the place, or AOL keyword NFL.com. 2nd down and 2 from the 48. Miner again up the middle, met by Kenyatta Wright and brought down by Sean Price after a gain of 1.
Man, did that guy fill the lane. Wow. Kenyatta Walker came up, boom, saw where it was going, where it was headed. He got there before the ball carrier got there.
Kenyatta Wright has been a force on special teams as Pittsburgh now pulling on top of Tennessee. Cleveland shutting out Cincinnati in Cleveland. And Kansas City won, a big loss for Seattle. A big win for the Chiefs. 3rd and 1 at the 49. A fake by Fiedler, looking downfield, throws a strike in the tumbling catch by Jed Weaver as Lucas is right on the money. And that is a 1st down grab to the 34-yard line.
Well, I like the call that they have on 1st down. I like the call they have there. They're going to come in. They're going to roll the little boot there with Ray Lucas. They get Weaver coming back to the outside. An excellent job of posting, catching the football. But you notice on 1st down, they had a really good running play. And then they come out here with this one here. That real short yardage. They throw the football. That's mixing it up.
And 1st and 10 from the 34. After that 17-yard pickup. Miner again in the backfield. Fiedler back under center. Heath Irwin. And here comes the rush, and he's doused by Keith Newman. His 2nd sack of the season. And the loss will shove Miami, a loss of 8, back to the 43.
He's got to come here. Conrad's got to step up, protect the pocket. Newman comes out from the outside here. Rob just doesn't move his feet. He hits him one time, didn't move his feet, dropped his head. Watch his head. As soon as his head drops down, Conrad, 44. As soon as that head goes down, the game's over with. You're beaten.
2nd down and 17 inside the 42. Newman from Tampa. Fiedler again. This time he has some breathing space. Bobbled and reeled in on the side. And the pass caught by James McKnight on a gain of 3. That's McKnight's 1st reception of the game. He came in today as the leading receiver for the Miami Dolphins. Spot him at the 38-yard line.
You notice how the Dolphins haven't run a lot of screens. This offense was made full of screens. They've run so many this year, and we just haven't seen that many today. So they've thrown a little twist at the game plan.
So now it is 3rd down and 14 from the 38. Fiedler is bracketed by running backs. Winds up, goes deep, looking for his receiver. Chambers inside the 5, incomplete. He was jousting downfield with Antoine Winfield. Incomplete pass. Now it is 4th down and 13.
I thought Fiedler made a poor decision here. He throws the ball up where he's got guys over the top. There's 2 guys covering down here on Chambers. He's got a 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13. He's got 2 plays to make that. I thought he should have thrown the ball somewhere else. Pick up a little bit so that on 4th down, you have a better shot at making the 1st down.
Murray will stay on the sideline, and Miami will go for it on 4th and a long 13, a short 14 from the 38, and a timeout burned by Fiedler, the first by Miami in the 2nd half. More time to think about it for Dave Weinstedt, Mike Shula, and the brain trust of the Miami Dolphins, who trail 27-17.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by DirecTV, the #1 digital satellite entertainment provider, and by Gap.
Well, coming up for the Miami Dolphins after they just took a timeout. 4th down, 14 from the 38. On their other 4th down today, a punting situation, they faked it. It was back in the first quarter. Fiedler is under center, Travis Minor at his side. They got to get down to the 24-yard line. Fiedler winds up, pocket crumbles, fires the pass, caught! It's grabbed downfield by Dedrick Ward at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 16 on 4th and 14 and a first down for Miami.
Yeah, but because it collapsed, they're able to get him inside over here. I mean, that's exactly what happened for them. Dedrick Ward gets inside, then comes back across. Watch him stop, plant, come back to where he can be there. Beautiful job of Ward working to get in the vision of Jay Fiedler.
So Dedrick Ward with his first reception of the day, 1st and 10 from the Buffalo 22. Minor in the backfield. Fiedler again fires to the end zone and caught. Was the inbounds touchdown? Grabbed by Chris Chambers, the rookie. Sensational grab, and again Miami has come back into the game. Fiedler throws his second touchdown pass of the day.
From 4th and 13, he converts with a 16-yard completion. Then he comes back and throws one here. You know what's happened? He stopped thinking. He stopped thinking. He's playing football. He's reacting. And as a player, you got to react. You can't think.
Buffalo will challenge the catch. Was he in or was he out?
We'll go ahead and jump out there and say right now, not only was he in, but even had he not been, he was pushed
Buffalo
out.
is challenging the ruling on the field that the receiver caught the football for a touchdown.
Chambers has a lot of potential. Wonder what he's upset about.
The catch is made. One,
two.
Easily
in there.
Yes.
In there. Bang, bang. Boom, boom.
Well, and Buffalo looks like they've just expended a timeout unnecessarily.
Yeah, I tell you what. I'm just wondering why Dave's so upset.
And Beasley Reese, what did you see down there?
Well, I'm about 5 feet, literally 5 feet away from where it happened. I watched the throw, the entire pattern. It was a great throw, great catch. Both tippy toes inbounds, touchdown. Back to you.
Well, that's what it took.
Both tippy toes inbounds.
It took all 10 toes to make it count.
I like that. Both tippy toes inbounds. You got that right.
And how about a rookie with the presence to get those feet in there, to drag his feet in the end zone? With the coverage not that bad at all by Ken Urban, who is a veteran.
You know what I'm telling you, though, is the fact that Jay Fiedler threw those last 2 balls because he just wasn't thinking.
How big was that 4th and 14 play at the 38?
And this is what Shane Gailey and Dave Wannstedt said to us in our meeting. Hey, guys, we can't give up on Fiedler. He's brought us back too many times. Again, I don't know what they're looking at here. To me, you know, I go back to the number. Remember what I said now. The average time on a review is about 1:02.
One more thing, too, about Miami's offensive line. Fiedler has been sacked twice today, 12 times for the season, but the 2 sacks probably in some way are related to the 2 brand new starters on the offensive, not starters, but 2 new players on the offensive line. Starting in place of Tim Ruddy was Heath Irwin. And then Mark Dixon broke his leg, fractured a leg earlier in the game, and they brought in a rookie free agent, Troy Andrew, playing in his first game to take the place of the starting left guard Dixon. And for the most part, they have given time to the quarterback Jay Fiedler.
Early in the game, in the first half especially, Pat Williams dominated by the Bills, for the Bills. He was just crushing the middle of the field, and I'm not so sure that it didn't take a while for the Dolphins offensive line to get going. You know, credit to the Buffalo Bills. Their offensive line has been nicked up all year. They're used to having to play with a patched up offensive line. The Dolphins aren't. They were, I mean, here they lose Tim Ruddy, they lose Dixon, and they've got to make an adjustment and get used to it right now.
The changes Miami has made have been at left tackle. Marcus Spriggs was knocked out, so then they've had to go with Harry Swain and now Spencer Folau Jay Fiedler on the last 2 drives, 7 of 8 for 86 yards and that touchdown pass. And there's nothing like a couple good drives to get you going.
There is no indisputable evidence that both feet did not get down with the ball in possession. Rolling on the field stands, touchdown.
They made sure they got it right. And the Miami Dolphins, with 4:07 to play in regulation, trail by 4. How big is that missed point after now by Buffalo?
And how about that challenge when it really wasn't, I don't think, one that they should have challenged.
It wasn't necessary. Yeah, Buffalo made the PAT. Now let's see if Mata makes the PAT for a high snap from Ed Perry, brought down nicely by Turk and put in. So Chambers grabs his 3rd touchdown reception of the season. Had Buffalo gotten the PAT, it would be a 4-point lead. And a field goal would do you no good. Now a field goal can tie for the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, you wise men, you pointed it out also well. And how about those tippy toes that Beasley had in for us, huh?
Yes.
New terminology.
Well, Saturday, check out the season premiere of CBS Sports NCAA basketball coverage. Billy Packer and I will be in Tucson, Arizona, when the Kansas Jayhawks take on the Arizona Wildcats. Or Boston College will take on Michigan. Check local listings. It all begins at 2:30 Eastern here on CBS, home of the NCAA championship for the 21st consecutive year. 4:07 to play. Craig, both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. Fiedler has had 2 good drives, and for the day now, 14 of 24.
And a lot of that has to do with the fact they've rushed the ball so well. I mean, Buffalo running the football today has done an extremely good job of being positive with their carries.
So Mate will kick off, and don't put an onside kick out of your thoughts at all, because that's a little bit early perhaps for that, but the way the defense of Miami has been playing after that last Buffalo drive, nothing is for certain.
I'd be surprised. I'd kick that thing deep. I'd try to let the defense come out and rise to the occasion.
Chris Watson is back with Nate Clements. Usually it's Sean Bryson deep back. And the kickoff by Mate. Nate Clemens from the 12-yard line for the Buffalo Bills. Nice tackle made, maybe by Jeff Ogden, and finally the avalanche comes. Tommy Hendricks got it. Tommy Hendricks leads the Miami Dolphins in special teams tackles.
Nate Clements,
and he lost a shoe doing it too.
Well, you would too, trying to stop 22. Clements got some moves to him.
Gives new meaning getting faked out of your shoe. Well, 2 timeouts for Alex Van Pelt, nursing a 3-point lead, under 4 to play. Miami has done well in close games this season. 1st and 10. And off to Travis Henry, trying to burrow his way up the middle. Travis was tackled by Zach Thomas and Derek Rogers. A gain of 2 up to the 22-yard line, and Miami has taken a timeout. They've got 1 left.
And this is a bad spot to have Travis Henry in the game, because as a runner, you're asked to get up in there, and everybody's reminding you, don't fumble the football, hold on to it. And when that happens, you stop being a runner. Some guys are good at doing these situations. I'll come right here. Marcus Allen, guys like that, they could just deal with that kind of pressure. I'd bring Bryson in because last week Henry had the fumble problems. I wouldn't even take a chance with a young guy like that. I'd put somebody there that's going to run the ball hard and not take a chance of giving it up.
Henry just under 100 yards on the afternoon. And 19 carries. And there's Sean Bryson. He's got 4 carries and 26 yards today, so he has performed well. But I'm wondering if he's got a little hitch in his giddy-up. Pittsburgh has beaten Tennessee for a 2nd time this season. And they beat him in Nashville today. And Cleveland shuts out Cincinnati. The Browns are for real. From the 22-yard line, 2nd down and 8. A block by Fina. Time for Van Pelt. The pass incomplete. Intended for fullback Larry Centers. Covered by Zach Thomas. San Francisco accelerates on the Colts, so the Colts look like they're headed to another loss. They lost last week in New Orleans.
Yeah, we had them last week, though. We knew that. We knew this team was on the brink of having problems because their defense is so banged up.
Washington has won 5 consecutive games.
How about Marty Schottenheimer?
In Philadelphia.
Forget about it.
Today. Washington is going to sneak up on a lot of teams in the NFC East. The Giants kick off in about 5 minutes at the Meadowlands. 3rd down and 8 from the 22 for Van Pelt. Scrambles out of the pocket, chased by Jason Taylor. Leaping catch made by Larry Centers, but he's shy of the first down. Had to get near the 30. He's dumped at the 23, picks up a yard. And Buffalo has got a punt, 3.5 to play. And Miami has just taken their 3rd and final timeout. Well, tonight on 60 Minutes, Thomas Kincaid has sold more canvases than Rembrandt, Monet, Gauguin, Renoir, Van Gogh, and James combined. And that's why he's on 60 Minutes tonight.
You go, yo-yo. All kinds of names in there. Beasley and I are from Texas. We could, you know, that. Look, although Beasley is a man of many things, so he probably gets all that 100%.
Buffalo needs to punt. Mormon had a poor punt the last time. This is the 6th punt by end today. Jeff Ogden is back at about the 26-yard line. High snap by Unatoa. Bad punt. Grabbed by Dedrick Ward. Bobbles it, reels it in. He's chased by Chris Watson and Fred Jones and run out of bounds by Rayon Hill. Flag. Is it a flag then, or is it a shoe?
Know.
That's a shoe.
But I tell you what, it was really close to being a late hit over there.
That's a flag. No, it's a shoe. It is. All right. It's Terry Cousin. He lost the second guy who's lost a shoe here in the last couple of minutes. Ball at the 38. Fiedler will have it. No timeouts. 3:24 to play, but he's put together 2 consecutive well-orchestrated drives.
If I were Jerry Gray, the defensive coordinator right now, I would tell my bunch, don't play scared. Don't play cautious. Get out there, play hard. Whatever happens, happens with it. Jerry Gray right there.
Defensive coordinator. Travis Minor is in. Shotgun formation. 5 receivers deployed. From the 38, 1st and 10 for Fiedler. Moves up nicely, buys some time, fires a pass, deflected, incomplete. They were looking downfield at about the 38-yard line for Chambers, covered nicely by Travaris Tillman. 2nd down and 10.
And I tell you what, one of the things they have going for them right now in Miami is they've got speed on the outside. They're trying to really push the ball to the middle of the field. During the week, there was somebody in the locker room, an unidentified name, who said, we need to throw the ball to the middle of the field more. Well, I'd say today they've thrown the ball to the middle of the field more, and that speed is really pushing the safeties back further.
Minor in the backfield, 2nd down and 10 from the 38. No timeouts for Miami. Fiedler to the sideline and caught by Chambers. 1st down, 48-yard line. And he got out of bounds. Clock is stopped at 3:12. 14-yard gain.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Irvin's over here, and he's trying to cover up this rookie Chambers. And this Chambers guy is driving him off the ball. They flood the middle of the field again. They go single coverage on the outside. They find him, Irvin. And again, Jay Fiedler throwing the ball where one guy can catch it and get out of bounds. His man.
Buffalo has no more challenges left. They've used them both. Inside the 49. 1st down and 10. Minor in the backfield. Fiedler will get a block. Dump it off to Minor. A block by the tight end and by Perry, and a run by Minor inside the 30. And another 1st down for Miami. 18-yard pickup. The clock continues to tick. The Dolphins out of timeout.
All right, I told you this screen, they're going to get the lineman to the outside, and there he goes. They have not been running the screen. Look at the timing. These are new guys in there. Irwin and these guys get outside. A beautiful job of execution and bringing something out of the playbook that has not been done today. Worked really well right there at a timely time.
Minor got the 1st down. He's in the backfield from the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. 2.5 to play in regulation. Fiedler runs it up, has to get to the 21, and bangs his way, spins his way to the 25. A gain of about 6. It'll be 2nd down and a short 5. Clock continues to tick. Miami cannot take a timeout. They have none left and a player down. Kendrick Office for Buffalo. He will hobble off. And Sean Price will come off as well. This will take us to the 2-minute warning.
not bad there. Don't panic. Don't run to the line of scrimmage and panic with something. Go ahead and let these 10 seconds roll on off, regroup, get ready and go in and score.
They are well within the Linda Mate field goal range, and the only reason why this is even an issue is because Jake Arians of the Buffalo Bills missed an extra point. Had he hit it, it would be a 4-point Buffalo lead, and a field goal would do no good. Second down, about 5, 2-minute warning. Buffalo with a couple timeouts. Miami with none from the 25. Fiedler, the pump fake, and the throw down the sideline and into double coverage for Gadsden. Incomplete pass. Tillman, one of 2 Buffalo defenders with Ken Irvin, incomplete.
Man, did he make a nice play, Gadsden, to keep that from being intercepted. Man, you know, sometimes you're the receiver, sometimes you're not. He turns up to be the defensive back at the end of this play. Pump fake was supposed to have separated one. It didn't. It drew more. I thought he should have thrown the ball underneath the chambers, but a beautiful job of Gadsden to come in there and knock this ball away at the last second, or that's intercepted.
Miami has to get inside the 21-yard line. They're just outside the 25. They've got it third and about 5. Fiedler under center. Hand off to Travis Minor. They'll be close to a first down, but remember now, Miami cannot stop the clock. He's at the 21-yard line. Tackle made by Wright and by Foreman. A gain of 3 on the play, but he does not have enough for the first down.
And the referee has to make a quick decision here. You know what? I mean, is this thing close enough for measurement or not?
They're going to bring in Mate and not even fiddle with it anymore. Dave Wannstedt will go for the tie. Linda Mate, although this wouldn't be a game-winning field goal, has kicked 6 game-winning field goals. This is the tie of the game. Ball put down. A 39-yard try is up, and it is good, and we are tied with 1:11 to play. Mate has kicked field goals today of 25 and 39 yards. The last tying the game at 27. Jay Fiedler has continued to impress with his last 3 drives, 9 of 11, 2 touchdowns, 118 yards through the air.
And the way that the offense managed the clock right here. You know, remember before, when there were 3 and 4 minutes to go in the quarter or the half, they're already calling timeouts. They really have done an excellent job of managing this game to get back in the game and tie it up.
The stakes were high on this extra point miss by Arians, because even with the field goal, it'd still be a 1-point Buffalo lead and a 4-point lead to begin the drive for Miami. But the miss right there opens the door, and thus we are tied at 27 as Mate just made one from 39 and inside 40 yards this year. Orlando Mate is 13 of 13, almost automatic. That's why he's the second most accurate field goal kicker in the history of the NFL.
And that's one of the reasons that the Miami Dolphins, at a -14 in the takeaway giveaways, are still battling for first place. They've executed in other phases of the game to give themselves a chance. I mean, 17 fourth-quarter points. That there is a sense of urgency I was talking about. They realize they've got to win this game on the road.
Onside kick here?
No. Kick it deep.
And they go with the line drive boot through the hands of Crosby. Vacuumed in about the 15-yard line by Clemens. Gets a block, moves the ball to the 40-yard line, and brought down by Travis Minor. Oh, Miami is saying they got the ball, and they did. It is a fumble on the play. Patrick Surtain picked it up in that pile some way. Somehow, the Buffalo Bills fumbled. And Miami got it.
Zach Thomas said it sometime we're going to start to get the balls to bounce our way. Now, it's inside 2 minutes. This would have to be a challenge by the replay booth upstairs. Was he down? Is the ball, he still has possession of the football. He still has possession. It's coming out. That's a fumble. Now, they probably review it, though. I would be shocked if they don't.
Nonetheless, Miami starts, and now they will review from upstairs. Team
the play is being reviewed.
The team cannot challenge inside 2 minutes.
Mike Pereira is here, the director of official supervisor, and he's down here about 4 or 5 seats to our right. Mike's worn out a pad today. I mean, you talk about he's getting his nuggets going over there. I'm saying, but this one here, in my mind, looking right here, he fumbles the football before he's down.
The Travis Minor hit looked to be what jarred it free, and here comes Minor right. Oh, maybe not. That wasn't Minor's hit. It was loose.
Whether the runner was down by contact.
David Bowens may have gotten a handle on it and ripped it free. Clemens is a rookie.
And you know what I was going to say?
He's returning kicks all season long.
You remember a while ago in the last kickoff return how he danced around, lost about 10 yards in that second effort? That's good and bad. And, in college, you can get away with that. In the NFL, everybody's running to you. They're going to get to the football, and it's going to create a lot of problems for you the more second and third efforts that you give.
Let's start figuring out where Mane has to get to feel comfortable with this kick. The ball is at the 42. So it's pretty long right now, although he has kicked 5 50-plus yard field goals in his career.
You notice there, somebody was tackling him and grabbed his right arm. He could not come back to the inside so that he could cover it up. Watch right here. Watch when this guy comes. He rakes his right arm away. Otherwise,
after review, the player lost control of the football prior to the knee being down. First down, Miami.
It's the right call. Yeah. And Clemens turns it over. The third Buffalo turnover today. And how ironic that Miami, the team now benefiting from another team's woes in the turnover category.
Well, with 1:05 to go here in this ball game, Buffalo's got to take a chance. They got to get in there. They can't allow Jay Fiedler, who is hot and has been the last 2 or 3 series, to move down the field. They're going to have to come after him.
It would be about a 59-yard field goal right now, and obviously they want to make some turf up. 42-yard line. Miami no timeouts. First down and 10 for the Buffalo 42. Fiedler with Minor in the backfield. Fiedler fires down the sideline. Ward was back at about the 20 when the ball was aiming for the 10. Incomplete. Second down and 10.
The old ghosts of the past. You think they're creeping around his helmet right now? But here, what's happening is, just like I said, Jerry Gray, the defensive coordinator, is going to bring them. He's going to come in here. Look at these guys. That's extra bodies up there. That's putting that thought in Fiedler's mind right now. Where's my hot route? Where am I going to throw this ball quickly to? They just can't allow him to drop back 4 or 5 yards. He's going to throw the ball with rhythm and hurt him.
Minute to play in regulation. Second down and 10. Fiedler at the 42 in the shotgun with Minor at his side. Fires the pass to the side. It's caught by Chambers. Gets out of bounds and gets a first down to the 32-yard line. 55 seconds to play. Wisely out of bounds to stop the clock as he was working on Chris Watson on the corner.
And in the huddle right now, the offensive line, you have your study charts. You have your tendencies. And right now, they're reminding each other about their assignments. Everybody, as a blocker, they are acutely aware of how they have to pick up, that they're going to be different bodies coming from different angles, protect the quarterback, let him get the ball off.
After the gain of 11, first and 10 for the Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo 32. Right now, marching back 7, a 49-yard field goal try for Mane. Fiedler again with Minor in the shotgun formation. Sets up down the sideline for Chambers. Oh, what a catch! Touchdown! The Dolphins on top with 48 seconds to play. And the rookie does it again, Chris Chambers. And again, he beats the veteran, Ken Irvin. A 32-yard touchdown reception.
And I guess Greg Williams would be saying right now, that is why they didn't give up on Jay Fiedler.
And the fumble by the rookie, Nate Clemens, set up the Miami possession after the game-tying field goal. Mane with the extra point is up and in. Chris Chambers, 4 catches today, 91 yards, and 2 touchdown receptions.
It's a big-bodied receiver. He's down here on the outside. Look at him. He's a big-bodied guy who gets the one-on matchup with Irvin. He's got a big advantage there. Goes up high. And again, catches the ball left foot. The left cheek hits in there. So tippy-toe this and cheek that, and he's in for a touchdown. And again, the protection. Buffalo tried to mix it up. They tried to do crossing stunts in the middle of the field. They get the single coverage on the outside, and outstanding focus and concentration there by Chris Chambers, a rookie, going up making the play. I mean, that's a big league play right there. Big play.
Buffalo led this game 21-10 and 27-17. They led 21-10 and 27-17. And the Dolphins have come back and lead it now 34-27.
The longer this game went on, the more confident Jay Fiedler became. I mean, he just seemed to play better. He started to throw the football. And, you know, a huge relief and of the stress on his shoulders. He didn't really want to talk about it much, but he felt it. He knew it was there, and Chan Gailey, Dave Wannstedt felt it. They knew it was there. It was there from Jason Taylor. It was there from Zach Thomas and all of his teammates, wanting them to get rid of all the mistakes.
And now the Monday kickoff after that dramatic touchdown reception by the rookie. Nate Clemens again at the 10-yard line. This is the guy that fumbled the last time and almost had his head taken off by Tommy Hendricks at the 27-yard line. So Buffalo has 2 timeouts, and they've got the ball at their 27-yard line, 1st and 10. One thing we've said about Alex Van Pelt the entire game is how cool and calm he has been in the pocket all day long for the Bills.
Yes, he has, and the game's not over. It is not over because you got number 80 out there, Eric Moulds, and you've got a much more confident, explosive Peerless Price now on your team that has the ability to go the distance.
So 1st and 10 for Buffalo at the 27-yard lines, 2 timeouts. Van Pelt winds up with an easy pass downfield, incomplete, overshooting Moulds, incomplete pass. Flag thrown at the 47-yard line downfield where Moulds was. Shove against Miami.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 24. Automatic 1st down.
And that is on rookie Jamar Fletcher.
I would shove him. I would push him, but I would do it within that 5 yards. I'd get up on the line of scrimmage. We do a little kissing and hugging before I let Eric Moulds start running down the field in this situation. You can't prevent. You prevent yourself from winning if you do it against Eric Moulds.
Centers in the backfield, 38 seconds in regulation, 42-yard line, 1st and 10 for Van Pelt. With the block, he moves up, and he's doused. Sack. David Bowens, 96, gets in there and nails him for his 1st sack of the season. The Redskins cut him. The Dolphins signed him. The ex-Packer and Denver Bronco comes up with a huge sack, a loss of 4, and they spot the ball back at the 37.
You know what? When he comes inside, it's just effort. When he gets back to the inside here, that's a result of coverage. It's the pressure. It's the offensive line of Buffalo giving too much. Again, the speed rush, the speed of the Dolphins pass rush is a lot more than people realize. They put that pressure on a lineman and they drop back too much and they're in trouble.
So Bowens comes up with the big play. Miami out of timeouts. Buffalo has 1 left. Buffalo just burned their 2nd with 33 seconds to play.
You think Dave Wannstedt's not over there coaching him up right now? The old defensive coordinator in him coming out right now, knowing this is a risky situation anytime you got a Moulds and a Peerless Price out there.
Dolphins on the road this season have gone 3-2. We mentioned before, with the win today, they would go into a tie with the New York Jets for 1st place in the AFC East. The Jets idle today.
Yeah, I think the Jets are a little upset right now, huh? Sitting at home seeing this thing blown.
So it is 2nd down and 14 with the ball just shy of the 38. Van Pelt now rearranging his receivers. Moulds and Price will go on top and Jeremy to the bottom. Centers in the backfield. 2nd down and 14. Van Pelt winding up, going deep down the sideline. Moulds was there, got tangled up with Fletcher, but no yellow on the field, no penalty. Incomplete, brings up 3rd down and 14 at the 38. Buffalo with 1 timeout left.
You know, again, about a quarter ago, it looked like these guys right here were headed down. I mean, what a reversal of fortune here. And the Jets, they've gone from the old smiley face to where now they're frowning.
38-yard line, 3rd down and 14. Van Pelt, a block from Spina. Time for the quarterback. Downfield, he throws to Molds. He should have a 1st down. His forward progress, nope, he's down at the 49. Had he almost fallen after he was hit, he probably would have had the 1st down, but he tried to bow back in, and he's shy, which brings up 4th down and about 3 after the gain of 11. And because of that, Buffalo has to burn their last timeout.
You know, they're going to come back across the middle, and I don't blame them. I mean, I think this is a good play by the Bills, and specifically Eric Molds trying to get some separation to pull off something. Go ahead and risk 2 or 3 yards. Because right now, 1st downs don't matter, though.
He had the yardage.
Yeah, he did, but he's trying to make a big play for them to get around the corner. Now, here's something I think that's not used enough, is a hook and lateral. This is a perfect place to do a hook and lateral, to get yourself down to about the 30, 25-yard line, to take that one last crack into the end zone. You got 2 snaps to go, and I wouldn't be afraid to throw it to the middle and do a little hook and lateral.
So now it is 4th down with the ball outside the 48-yard line.
You buy me a hot chocolate if they do the hook and lateral?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll buy you more than that. It's about 3 yards, 4 yards to go for the 1st down. Buffalo out of timeouts. Centers in the backfield. Van Pelt across the middle. Caught by Eric Molds. Breaks a tackle of Marion, then is tripped and brought down at the 32-yard line. He picks up 20 yards on the play. No timeouts for Buffalo. They got to get the snap off. He spikes it with the 2nd to play. There should be 1 second, or let's see. Our clock had a 2nd. And they say the game is over. Wow. And Miami has come back to win. And now there is a 1st place tie in the AFC East with the 7-3 Miami Dolphins and the 7-3 New York Jets.
They say it's a game of inches, and Eric Molds, they just get his shoelaces, or there's another snap in this ball game. You know, 86, boy, he needed to get over there and get...
Oh, they got the snap off in time.
It sure looked
there
like
was
it,
a
but the stadium
left.
clock ran out. This continued to go.
I think there's a 2nd left. And you know, with Miami, we never know, because on Christmas Eve last year, they inadvertently took some time off the clock in a game at New England and then brought the teams back out onto the field about a half hour later. Well, there's a 2nd left right there. The snap is made. And Van Pelt clearly but if the ball didn't hit the ground until it hit zeros, that's over.
That's it. It's not reviewable. It's over. Snap goes with the snap they get, but the ball's up in his hand. You see it at his shoulder. It goes down.
Oh,
boy, that's close.
That is so close.
That's close. That is close.
Even then, look, I think it hits even with the 2nd left on there.
That's a bang-bang play for sure.
Well, let's one more time. Now watch when the ball, we know the snap has been before a 2nd, but watch when the ball hits, which is right there.
There, it hit.
It hits with the 2nd left.
There was time on that clock.
There is time left on the clock.
You know what? And it's not reviewable. I just asked Mike Pereira about that. It's not reviewable. I'll keep my tape on my ankles. How's that? I'm not giving up on it yet.
The ball hits the turf with the 2nd left. The snap is clearly.
It's not
reviewable. You can't reviewable.
Yeah.
You can't review it.
It's over.
So Miami comes from behind to beat the Buffalo Bills 34-27. Fiedler's last 4 drives, 11 of 14 with 3 touchdown passes.
That's why they stuck with him. Chan Gailey said he's brought us back before. We're going to hang with him.
Now for Craig James and Beasley Reese, Kevin Harlan saying so long from Buffalo. The Dolphins come from behind to win it. Coming up next, it's doubleheader action as the Raiders take on the Giants or the Ravens battle Jacksonville. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.